I responded. And I know people in the thread like, "Whoa, Ralph, he's spurging out." Well, I don't know. I feel like I was just responding to what he said. Oh, your show's dead and it's over. Okay, well, if that's how you feel, I feel like you made a few mistakes too, and it is what it is. I think I've said that about 15 times now, but there's only so many times people can say stuff like that to you. You're just like, wow, this guy, this is a negative person, and it seems like he has something against me, and for in my view, no reason. So
And I know, like, when it comes to like, I got notified this morning via email by the Stream Me admins that they advised me to turn off troll mode on my chat, and
mm.
I'm gonna show you this. Um,
Yeah, I've seen
can,
conspiracies about that and stuff.
yeah,
Look, I'll be honest,
can
I
you
never had
confirm?
troll mode on.
Can you
Oh wait,
confirm
let me see.
what I just showed you?
Okay, let me look in the
I
DMs here.
just
Give me a
DM'd you.
second.
They told me that somebody was in there
Yeah,
and they were posting image links over and over and over again, and when you clicked them, it went to fucking CP. And they told me to turn off troll mode because people were actually spamming the chat with it this morning
I can
while I was
confirm
asleep.
that's what it says, and I know that person at Stream Me, and yeah, I can confirm that that's what it says. And personally, I've never had troll. Actually, I had troll mode on. I think the first show or two, and then I said, nah, I don't want this because I don't want that. Make an account if you want to comment on the kill stream. And I think that's how it works on YouTube. That's how it works on I think pretty much every streaming site. Now it's good to have the option if people want to use it. Personally, I want to encourage people to make accounts and comment that way. So troll
I
mode's
mean,
not ever going to be
I
on.
liked troll mode. I liked having all the people in
Yeah,
there shit talking and stuff like that. I
just free
was
for all. Yeah, I think Jim has it turned on in his. I mean, I understand the thought process behind it, but it's just too. I don't know. You can't, like you said, people. Now they weren't spamming CP and my stuff, but they were just completely
they might have
flooding
been
out the
when you were
chat where
asleep.
it's unreadable. Huh?
They might have when you were asleep. I mean, that's I was
Well,
asleep, dude,
maybe
when
it's
they were doing it
possible.
today.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. It's just it just makes it too hard. Like, so there was a lot of people just trying to flood out the chat where people couldn't read it and stuff altogether.
I
And
really
actually,
want to
Jim.
hear this coach fucking story again. I'm gonna try and find a clip of it in the hour-long stream. I want to hear it again, where he tells this story about how he saved you from a cop.
People ask, what happened in the
Yeah,
house?
I
Who
wouldn't
paid
mind
for
hearing it
what?
again.
Because
I'm clipping
that's
through it
something
right
that
now.
happened the other day. You
Okay.
see, Zoom goes on Ethan Ralph's channel. What's that? I paid my share him to himself. And so what? I paid $250. Well, Ethan is at heart an alcoholic.
Oh, here we go.
He is an alcoholic.
Okay, so do I need to listen to it on the stream?
Just being
Yeah, I'm
annoying,
playing it on the stream.
Okay.
because the street we
Okay.
were on was a busy street, and there was a club right next door to us. The club music didn't bother in the house, but the people passing by would just bang on the gate. Ethan, drunk, gets it in his head to go outside and confront somebody. And who is he going to confront? Who knows? Because whoever banged it and annoyed him is probably just yards down the street by the time he comes out, right? I'm the one who goes out and tries to calm him down. I'm the one pulling him to get back into the house. Nobody else is doing anything, right? I pull him back into the house. And as I am pulling him back into the house, there is a cop crossing the street to see what the ruckus is about. If Ethan isn't back in the house, he would have been arrested.
Okay. First off, if there's a ruckus happening on private property and there's a gate, it's unless there's like an imminent danger to somebody's life, I don't see how the cop is just gonna come through a locked gate to arrest you because you're drunk and yelling at people. Now, I misheard that at first because when I was commenting on it, I was making fun of it at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
misheard the story. I thought that you had gone out of the gate
No.
and had gone after somebody, and then he pulled you back and saved your life. Now this story sounds even more unbelievable because he's trying to tell me that the cop heard you yelling at somebody when they were standing at a nightclub that would have been loud with music. How loud was the music at this nightclub?
Fairly loud, but that's not what got me. There was actually sometimes there would be people like lined up outside our door because the nightclub was literally next door to our place there, in the old city in Knoxville, and so there were some people. I don't know if they were fighting each other or what, but they were like banging up against the gate loudly, and of course, you know, you could hear it all throughout the house because it was like steel. And it was like dun dun dun, and so I went and I was like, you know, get the fuck out of here. You know, I'm trying to sleep. What the fuck? It was like 2 a.m. or something. Like I'm trying to sleep. But I was still on, you know, private property. I wasn't out in the street. The gate wasn't even open. So there was a cop, I think, across the street or whatever. If anything, the cop probably would have arrested them, especially since I wasn't even out in the street. So, uh, I mean, it was maybe slightly dicey, but I don't really think so. I feel like I was in the right because they were banging on our fucking gate at 2 a.m. But yeah, that's what happened. I mean, I don't have a problem talking about it.
So did he pull you out? Like did he drag you back into the house to stop you from being arrested by a cop, as he says?
I would disagree with that interpretation. No, he was pretty much just like, "Come on, Ralph, get back in the house." You know what I mean? Like, kind of grabbing me or whatever. Not pulling me, but just like, you know how somebody kind of steps in front and it's like, "All right, come on, just get back in the house." You know, just leave it. That's pretty much what happened.
He makes it sound like you fucking were banging on the gate to get out, and you were very belligerent and non-responsive, and he had to drag you back in the house like you were his child or something, and he was protecting you from the big bad police that you were literally seconds away from getting arrested by.
No, I was just telling them to shut up and go away so I could go to sleep. And that's pretty much what happened. And coach was like, "Oh, whatever, just get back inside." Kind of stepped in front or whatever, and I went back inside and went to sleep. That's literally what happened. So,
I mean, it's just it ain't really adding up for me the way that he's explaining it.
How much more time?
yeah, and
would he have
plus,
been in
I mean,
jail?
look,
Because
I'm not
he
even
was out
saying
on
that's not a good thing to do. I mean, I don't think I would have got arrested regardless, but you know, probably just best just to go back inside for
Well,
sure.
how many more
But
years in jail would you have gotten if he had not pulled you back in that house? You owe him. Give him that 33%.
well, I guess that's my thing. I don't feel like I did anything wrong to Coach Red Pill. I mean, I talked to you. I had you on the show, but
You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't trash him. Even now, I'm not trashing him, and I don't plan to. I feel like he was off base with what he said tonight, and he was just out of control and taking kind of personal shots at me over nothing. Especially when I actually did correct the record 2 or 3 times. And even when Andy was kind of going hard last night, I was like, "Okay, come on, Andy, let's just leave it." You know what I mean? Just let's do our thing. Just leave Coach and. I don't know. I don't feel like I did anything wrong to this guy, and he kind of started dropping bombs on me tonight for no reason.
I mean, I don't really consider it a bomb. Somebody
Well,
being belligerently drunk.
Scud missiles, I think maybe would be more accurate. Yeah, I don't really think there was much. He tried to drop bombs. He actually put it out to Keemstar too, and Keemstar was in the chat, and he's like, "I gotta leave. This is boring. Like, there's nothing."
I mean, how disappointing is it that you go to Keemstar and you say, "Hey, I'm about to expose Ethan and Ralph, and I'm gonna give you guys a 4th of July fireworks show," and then all you give us is one of those shitty little snake things that push ash up when you put in a match to them, and that's basically all he gave us.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna drag Andy in.
Keem was hype. Keem was hype about it. I saw him in the chat, even though we're on friendly terms. Like, oh, well, fresh drama. So
Andy's in the chat. Hey, Andy, what's going on?
Fuck yeah.
yeah, what's up, Andy?
Hello? Fuck, wait. Hello? Godspeed? Fucking amen. I'm sorry, I'm on a heavy amount of medication right now for my back.
Well, you better be careful. Coach might have to pull you back in the house and save your life.
Hopefully not too quickly because my back is really hurting. I actually pinched the nerve on my right trap, so it is fucking. But yeah. Honestly, Ralph would be fucking, spending, his 2nd month in prison right now if Coach wasn't wasn't there to stop him from yelling. Was I home that day? Was I home that day, Ralph?
I think you were out at that time. Andy
Yeah.
actually came home and went back out, and he was gone. Like I had
Yeah,
to come
I
home and went to
ran.
sleep. Yeah.
He tried to trap me, remember? He tried saving me as well. And I had to juke him like a fucking football player to
Yeah.
grab my bourbon, and I jumped over the table and ran out the fucking front door.
Yeah, I went in there to go to sleep. That's why I was mad at those guys, because I was in there, my head's, I'm fucking out of it trying to get the fuck to sleep, and they're out there still partying, banging on the shit. That's why I was angry. So
Apparently, Coach just deleted his channel, the shit stream. Let me double check.
the whole
that.
channel?
Yeah.
5-0.
No, it's
Go
still,
ahead,
Oh
your
no, I
turn.
see.
No,
No, it's still up.
It's still
No.
there. Kill stream
Yeah.
code.
4-0.
Andy, I'm gonna skip through this and try to find. He claimed that you cheated on Sinead and that you fucked some porker and got a blowjob from her.
Ugh, no, I don't even. Why do I have to fucking keep defending myself on this shit? No, he's just trying to fuck me. I don't know. He's just trying to fuck me constantly.
Let me skip
Everyone's just
through
trying
where
to
he said
constantly
it.
fuck me.
Maybe you could
the
sue
rest
him.
of his sentence was suspended. 20
I'm not
seconds
suing.
more,
I'm.
or
I have to sue all these
Ethan goes
people. Oh
out
my
drunk
god.
and starts a ruckus.
I don't want to
then
sue
what had
people.
And after that, I thought that I had a rapport with the guy.
Wait,
Never
did
been
Andy
arrested.
what
just
you
say
plan
he
this
is
way.
a trap?
Fuck.
Medicare Fembot wants to know if you said you were a trap. You okay there,
He was
Andy?
all about his back.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, actually, you give me a second. I'll hop back on. You can
I
play.
just
I
saved my
did
ass
hear
from-
that part, but just give me a few. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to do one thing.
All right. Let me skip through to find the part where Coach said this.
I mean, she was just like this real porker.
Oh,
Then he
yeah.
was scraping.
Thanks for that. Watching my TV. 1720 is where he says this story. Apparently.
Fucked some chick. He got some blowjob from some chick and then fucked her.
1720.
Right?
Okay, let me.
That I don't mind. You know what I mind? That he was scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, she was just like this real porker. I mean, this tattooed porker. There was a lot of good trim in Knoxville. And Andy was the big hero, But no, he couldn't work up the motivation, work up the gumption to go after some, better trim. No. He said.
Okay, so according to him, Andy went after some fat bitch and dicked her down because Andy didn't have the gumption to put his dick in somebody that wasn't not fat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, why even? Does he think any stuff like this makes him look good? Like, I just don't understand how this all happened. You see what I'm saying? So it was just, I know there was a little bit of bad feelings about the Indiegogo and stuff. I understand that. But we talked about it, and he said, we're cool, it's all good. And this has all happened since Sunday AM. And it was because, in my view, and I said this on this show, that stuff, if you have some problems with what Andy's doing or whatever, with fighting JF and stuff like that, if you're friends, just put that in private. At least put it in private before you put it in public. You know what I mean? And it just could have been avoided in my view. And I was still hopeful as of yesterday that we could still, let's just drop this, get back on the same page, or at least, maybe not as tight as we were or whatever, him and Andy especially, but maybe we could just, move on from this.
Well,
And
according to Coach,
yeah.
you and Andy got into a very serious fight, and Andy assaulted you when you guys were drunk. But when I talked to Andy about that the other day,
Wait, did he say that?
Yeah, he did. He said
What?
that he said that Andy assaulted you when he was drunk, and that Andy.
Wait,
was
he said
being
that
an
tonight?
asshole. He said that yesterday, actually.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
And,
What happened was me and Andy started like wrestling, just like fucking around the first night we were there. Oh no, we weren't fighting at all. That's what happened with that. We were like trading licks and stuff and like wrestling. Just like two goofs would do. No, we weren't fighting.
Well, he told a bunch of people yesterday that
What?
that Andy was drunk and acting like an asshole, and that he went after you while he was drunk.
No, that's not true at all. We had both had a few drinks, no doubt about that. But we were in the house once again in the house. We weren't out anywhere, and we were just like wrestling around and trading licks. Like, I don't know how many people know what that is, but where you just like punch each other in the shoulder, like trading licks like that. That's what happened there. To me, that's a funny story. I don't think I ever told that one publicly, but no, it was a funny story. So, but yeah, that's what's happening. That's what happened that night.
I just think it's weird that fucking that he is telling people that Andy's assaulting you and basically physically attacking you, and then Andy is like this unstable guy, and then it's like he talked to you and you're just like, that's not really what happened. We just we were drunk, we were wrestling, trading legs, we weren't really actually fighting.
No, we weren't. I mean, I would. That's so. I can't believe. I don't know. I can't believe if he's telling people that, that's way off base. No, we were just fucking around. I don't know how many people in the chat or you. I mean, fucking around. I had a few drinks with your friends. Like, oh, okay. What? Hold on. I could throw a harder punch than you. We're just trading licks and fucking around. So, I think that's a fairly common thing, right? I don't know. Oh, they said it buried in the chat says I did mention that on the stream. Okay, so I did talk about it. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, he made it sound a lot worse than it actually did.
Yeah, I don't even know. Where did he say that exactly?
He said it on your stream, and then apparently he said it elsewhere afterwards.
Did he say that on the? I don't even. Maybe I just missed that.
I don't know. You might have been drunk, because you got.
Well, last night was a little
ruckus.
hectic too. Yeah. Well, I did kind of go off on SoCal Chris. We talked about that today, and people. You know what I saw on Kiwi Farms? Actually, Noel was the one who posted this. That I only apologized to SoCal Chris because you made me, which is not even close to true. I've known SoCal Chris for a while, and we talked about it. I mean, he did get in the chat and try to like go at me a little bit, and I felt like it was worth the response for sure. But the way I responded, I went way over the top with it. We talked about it later. He's a good guy. He actually designed my logo, and he's been cool with me forever. And the reason I apologize to him is because I like the guy. So that's why I did that. And yeah, there's no bad blood there at all.
I mean,
so.
I'm trying to figure out like.
Yeah, exactly. He's in the chat right now. We talked shit out for like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Why would
we
I tell you to apologize to SoCal?
Yeah, just the way.
Why would I tell you to apologize to SoCal Chris? I thought that was hilarious. I laughed when that happened.
Yeah, that was like classic crazed Ralph. Yeah, just going nuts. Yeah, it was nothing. Oh, you better apologize, Ralph. You're gonna get it. That's not what happened whatsoever. I felt bad about it after the show. We talked about it personally for a long time last night, and he's a good dude. And like I said, helped me out several times with several different things, and I'm excited to meet him in person with the trip that we're gonna do. So.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of this shit is either coming from fucking 9 Farms or a bunch of, lying cunts who just want to stir the pot because they're butthurt that they'll never be relevant or talked about. So their biggest claim to fame, and you can really see it with the Gunt poster guy, Robbie Perez, is like he had the chance to like really fuck with you, and he kept making all these promises, and then he gets on the stream with us, and he's this stuttering Malaysian retard who can't even explain what he was really mad about.
That was one of the most pathetic reveals I've ever seen online. That was really, I got on, and I wasn't listening before. I just hopped on because I guess somebody messaged me or something and said they were on, but I really hadn't heard much of the stream. And so I just jumped right in, and I was thinking, wow, is this really the Restream retort, dude? This is who this is? Why would he ever get on air? He sounds just, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the most, learned sounding individual either, but wow, this guy could barely string together any English. His tone is off. He's accentuating the wrong things, and he's making jokes that don't make any sense. And saying, "Buddy, what, buddy?" He sounds like fucking Apu from fucking The Simpsons or something. I don't know. It was just a really strange showing from that guy, and he was talking about kitten. Might not be able to feed my family now because I got kicked off the leaderboard, and it was just it was really bad. And then Dispatch talking about him crying and just sounding so pathetic. It was epic
Well,
destruction.
that's what happens when you don't have a father in your life and you're raised by a woman. You start emulating that woman, and when you don't have God in your heart, you just end up growing to be a beta male.
Yeah, I think that would be the JLP prescription there. I think he's onto something. Uh, oh wait. Oh, I see. Dispatch finally did just tweet out. I guess I died, guys. That was the rumor going around. I didn't actually think he was dead though, but
Yeah, I didn't think he was dead either, but I did notice that the minute I started calling his job to ask about him, he went and he deleted the riot and everything, and
mm.
all the channels were nuked, and all of a sudden, he's been gone ever since I said his name the other day, and now he's gonna like try to make jokes to play it off.
Well, usually I might say, "Wow, that's kind of a hardcore thing to do there, Godspeed." But he has no problem with that sort of thing, doxing people's subscribers and trying to post, not trying, doing, posting their addresses and phone numbers. So in his case, I would say he can suck a dick, and everything he got, he deserves. That would be what I say to him.
Yeah, seems like a lot of failure to deliver from coach today. I mean, I'm sure Keem is annoyed about that.
Oh yeah, Keem, and like I said, me and him are on great terms, but drama's drama, and so Keem was there. He's like, oh boy, it's gonna be a big one, and I don't know. I guess coach his feelings are hurt or whatever. I honestly, still, I'm not even gonna like. I'll address it a little bit tomorrow night and just point out a couple things he said that were wrong, and I'm just gonna move on. Like he can do his thing. I don't. I still feel like this was a massive uh just a mistake for him. Not that it's necessarily going to hurt his channel long term or anything like that, but just that why are you doing this to me when I actually didn't trash you? I did correct a couple things and tell the truth about what went down, and um, I don't know. Just I am a little disappointed. I mean, to be honest, because we were in Knoxville. We all had fun, and I consider this guy a friend, and I know the whole internet friends thing. But yeah, I actually did, and I just feel like it was a massive overreaction. But it's his right, and that's where we're at. I'll address it a little bit tomorrow. I mean, I've pretty much just restate the stuff I said here tonight, add in a couple of clips, and then I'm gonna move on because I do feel there is a big segment of the audience who just tired. They're just tired of this stuff every single day, and I honestly I do not blame them because I'm kind of tired of it too. So I'm just gonna address it real quick tomorrow, probably at the top of the show, just get it over with and move into whatever else is happening.
Well, I see a trend with all these beta males that don't have God in their heart. They're just full of hatred and anger, and that's why they're on cow all day. And Nine Farms just crying their eyes out about everybody on here, and it's just you can just see that beta male trend. I mean, like the Gunt poster thing was funny, but then they chose this retard Robbie Perez as their messiah, and all he did was, promise them, uh, loaves and fishes, and all he delivered them was stale bread.
Yeah, so honestly, I actually thought the gun thing was funny too. It originated in my Discord. Now I did spurg out that one day where I was like I was a little under the weather, I guess so to speak. A little code word there. And I did kind of kind of go at Godwinson a little bit, but I don't have any bad blood about that. It actually originated in my Discord. I definitely see the humor in it. But I don't really know. I think everybody knew that I had gained a lot of the weight back that I had lost, and that I'm not the most in shape person around. So I don't know if that's some kind of kill shot or what, but some people seem to think it was. But I do. I mean, some of the like Das Gunther Mensch or whatever that you had on the screen earlier, that shit's funny. I mean, I can't. It's funny to me. So
Well, apparently it really gets to you, and it makes you
no,
very
no, it's
angry,
just
and
it just destroys me.
and you're upset because Jim is following SBCC, and you're acting like a beta male lately, and that's why you'll never take a stance on anything.
Yeah, why? Why would I be mad? I saw that too earlier. Why would I be mad about that? Nobody has promoted SPCC harder than me, and that dude's great, and I want wish all success for him. Like I have no bad blood against him whatsoever, or Jim, or
Sure, Ralph.
yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the guy, so it just doesn't. Oh wow, Ralph's really angry about SPCC getting followed by Jim. Why would that? Why would that anger me? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Oh, he's cool. This has been fucked. Yeah. So by the way, what was yesterday on my stream? What was the whole Was there it was suicide videos and porn?
Yeah,
I still haven't seen all that, honestly.
How did I not get banned?
pictures of your sister getting cam on, and it's just
Well, that's always. Yeah, I'm sure she would be very happy to hear about. What the fuck? Like, I can understand if you were mad and it was me the one. Like, no, it was. How did I for half an hour? It was half a fucking hour.
I honestly have no clue how you didn't get a strike off of that.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure I can play porn for my on a stream for half an hour. I'll be fine.
Hey, you just know there's probably no telling how many reports filed on you too, and it's still nothing happens. So.
Nothing. There's absolutely nothing. I looked at my how much did I make yesterday? Let me check. Let me see all these donations. I was telling Ralph that was like probably one. I think the only wait, what the fuck is this?
and it was the most
Oh my
low tier
God,
porn, the
kidding
most
me.
boring suicide videos that you could ever see. It was
Oh my
almost
God, the fucking
it was like a 13-year-old kid got access to the internet while his mom ran to the grocery store, and he's just trying to look up all the edgy shit he could possibly look at.
it was the Anita stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, the video is still on my channel. I just privated it. Fuck, delete. Oh, here's the biggest problem. It includes copyrighted content. That's what YouTube. All right, I'm deleting it now. Oh boy. Oh no. Let me see. Yeah, no, that was. There we go. Wow, that was still up there. Jesus Christ. And I still didn't have a strike? What the fuck? Let me see. Let's check the real time. Oh,
Metagross, you're
my
on the air.
Oh, hey guys.
Huh?
How you doing?
Yeah, what's up, Medicers? How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. Just came home, did some shit. I wanted to ask you guys something. What I've been having trouble to understand through all of this is why did Josh post on Kiwi Farms that you've been at him for weeks? I really have a hard time figuring that out. I have my own theory, but I'm like, why would he do
Me
that
or
now?
them?
Oh, talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what. I honestly don't know why. So now I know, people who are on his side, quote unquote, or whatever, said he was just giving me advice and that, I spurred out at some advice. Well, it wasn't the advice. It was, oh, Ralph Show's dead and da da da. And that was the second or third time he had said that in a couple of weeks. And it's like, okay, man, it's just, it seems like
Godwinson
it's gone
said
from
that
advice to
2018 was the year of the kill
trying to
stream,
shit on
and
you.
each time
Yeah.
Ralph
Yeah,
met a
and it's the
success,
same thing I said about Coach. And again, I'm not even going to trash Coach. Whatever, he can say whatever he wants. I'll respond to it some more tomorrow. But I'm not even going to engage to it. I'm just going to take the high road. I'm not going to take my usual. They go low,
Give me
I
a
go
second.
lower.
I'll shit on Coach. There's no way it's not about the money. He's apparently a millionaire, and he has to ask for Indiegogo campaign to publish his book.
Thanks for the
And then he
donation,
gets-
Chauvinist. Chauvinist said
He
Godwinson
gets all
said
ass
that.
mad.
By the way,
when-
Coach is on again right now. I don't know if you guys know
he's all
that.
ass mad when you kick him off
Godwinson
the
said
Indiegogo shit.
that 2018 is the year of the kill stream, and each time Ralph had a success, the gun got a little bit bigger until the following Knoxville, when it could no longer be contained by a shirt, and that's the price of success.
I could do really laugh at that, but
By the way,
yeah.
he is on, but I don't think
Whale-
is there.
Whale
There's
hunting
no
with
sound coming
Orsi?
out.
There's no sound going on right now. It's got a.
By the way, he stole that straight from Cal. But whatever. I don't even
What?
know.
What?
Well, he's got a whale hunting with Worski on
Oh,
there.
We'll leave that up in the background. Go ahead, Medicurse. I was
Excellent.
just reading the super chat.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying that there's no way he's not mad about the money because he went off on Andy not when he went off on JF. That happened like days ago after Coach got mad. It's when you start talking about the money and the Indiegogo. He kind of felt threatened there, and I think that's why he's doing all this shit. He's a Machiavellian himself. There's no way he would get mad at Andy for going at JF. I mean, JF did promote his book, but on the other hand, I don't think he would care that much. He might say like, "Oh, I don't agree with Andy.
He's
I
got
like JF, blah blah blah." Just
He's
like
got
everyone
juice
else
in his
would do.
ear, so he's doing whatever juice wants.
I even thought that it might be someone like Dispatch because he's doing the same shit. Like, why the fuck would you go
You mean
after Andy?
Xander?
And why did the
He-
Guntards go after Andy?
He's been dealt with.
Yeah, but why did the Guntards go after Andy? Now it's Coach going after Andy. It's kind of what's going on here? Like,
You know what? I think that I think it would be fair. There's a lot of people on Cal that feel that they never get to have a voice and they never get to say anything to you guys. So if anybody on Cal wants to come on and have it out once and for all and just speak their mind, they're more than welcome to come into the call-in server and I will drag anybody in here. I don't censor anybody. So
I want too much medication for that. Jesus Christ.
you guys openly want to post all day about how if you were in that position you would have said this or you would have done that and you would have been the ultimate troll with all the balls in the world. Well, okay, you're more than welcome.
No way they're gonna come on.
You're more than welcome to come into the call-in server and you guys can speak your piece and I will not censor you at all. You can call me a faggot. You can call me a pedo. You can make fun of Ralph's gunt. You can call Andy, a whale fucker if you want. I mean, I don't think anybody cares.
No, we're really upset.
They're never gonna come on because they sound like the Gunt retard, the Diogenes from Asia.
Asianogenes is we call him.
So
I wish I had cocaine. Oh man, should grab.
And hit me up.
I should grab.
Sorry, I'm too high. I'm not on the internet right now.
Hit me up in
I'm on-
DMs, Andy. I'll fix you up.
I'm on some some back medication right now, and I took way more than I take it every 6 hours. I've been taking it every 2 hours because I'm a champ. You know how I roll.
So there's the Discord link. It's in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to come into the call-in server. You can join the Nodonga Tribe channel. I'll drag you in. And you can pop in and out. I'll give everybody 30 seconds to say
you all
whatever the hell they
screenshot
want.
that? You got it real good? Or do you need a couple of more minutes? Come on. It's easy. Screenshot it,
CRP is back.
and I'm out.
Wait, that's all he did?
That's all he did. All right.
What?
Genius Anus, you're on the air.
Take a shot at anybody, but I wanted to point out
There you go.
something. I think Coach Red Pill had planned to. I think Coach Red Pill had planned to sell them out from the beginning.
What is that?
Give me just a second. I'm muting stream.
Yeah, why'd you
I
think that?
it was my
Why'd you think
tweets
that
to
you
you
planned
that
it?
kept Andy
Well,
from
you remember
getting
how
the
he
strike
invited
after
himself to
my
go with
last
you guys and
one,
everything,
they sh-
and every time Ralph would say something about his only thing was he wanted it to be streamed or recorded, And then Coach inserted himself and said, "Hey, I've got all these cameras. I'll come down and film. We can make a big deal out of it." He was pushing that from the beginning, from before the trip ever happened.
Oh.
He always planned to hold that film as ransom. He always planned on.
I agree. This is 100% true.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm disappointed that that's not going to get made now. But look, if
Yeah.
he's already disavowed me and Warski and everything, like I guess it's better than that it doesn't get made anyway. So whatever. I still had a good time there and hanging out with.
Yeah, it was
everybody,
great.
but,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but oh well.
Other than that, I would just say Andy, Ralph, and Dick and Gator, y'all probably need to check. He might have taken some of your hair for like some genetic bullshit too.
I'll double check. My DNA is already on file with the state of Virginia, though, so it's all good.
All right, man, boot me.
Thanks for coming on, Genius. Apparently, Andy Andrew wants to come on. So
that's my name.
Andy Andrew, you're on the air.
He's muted.
I'm definitely mute.
Yeah, amazing.
Good job, Andy Andrew. When you figure that out, you can come back in.
Okay.
Yo, I'm gonna fucking piece. I'm gonna piece it. I'm gonna like pass out here because of all medication. I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to say what's up. All right, guys. Zoom. I'll probably see you tomorrow or some shit. All right.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
Yeah.
Later, Andy.
Peace.
Don't
man.
overdose.
Later.
Andy Andrew, you're on the air.
This one must be a bride one.
Hey.
Andy Andrews is type.
Here.
Hello, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Cool. Ralph, have you ever tried to talk to Josh in private about this?
I sent him a message. I mean, look, I'm not gonna get into everything I sent him. I did send him a message about one of his posts last night after he posted it. And by the way, you're echoing pretty hardcore, dude. Mute your stream. Yeah. So I did send him a message. He had set up a forum for me after I got kicked off YouTube. And he hosted it, but it was routed through my domain, so it was set up through my Cloudflare and stuff. I went on last night and deactivated that through my Cloudflare. So he did send me the database to that, and I sent him one message about what he said. He didn't respond, so that's all there is to it. I'm not gonna go through like DMs and everything that was said, but that's the gist of it. So.
Yeah, no. I think another caller came in, and actually Zoom. You think that like Josh is like dripping poison in CRP's ear? I think it's the other way around. CRP is generally pretty manipulative, and I think there's probably a good chance that Josh is kind of just getting pulled along because he seems kind of like a useful idiot.
I believe that because when I started fucking with Josh and getting him removed from things, his immediate response to that was, "I'm gonna go hit up Coach and tell them that they're planning to go to Tonka's grandmother and harass her, and that's something that could be damaging to your image while you're doing business in America." And then immediately Coach was like, "Yeah, I gotta drop out of that. I can't be involved with this. I'm not gonna be harassing elderly women." And I was like, "What are you talking about, Coach?"
Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't know. Coach is acting really, really strange. It's a little hard to tell.
Coach is being the real Coach, and from the recordings I played earlier of him, it seems like he's always been like this, and he's just done a good job of putting on a brave front of being a genuine person when he really isn't.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Anyway, sunset me, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for coming on, man.
It doesn't make any sense that he could have buddied up with Ralph or Andy and picked one of them to dismantle, let's say. He went on off of both of them for a stupid reason. I really have no idea, like the reasoning behind all his actions is it's like he's hormonal or something.
Man, where is all the like asshole cow people that's screen right now? And,
I'll try and pull some in from
I've
my area.
I've made sure that that Akko went and posted there, and I sent it to a bunch of the anime people. I've posted the Discord in here multiple times.
Oh, you gotta turn on text to speech for them.
They're more than welcome to come in and shit talk and say whatever the hell they want. I'm pretty open to people shit talking. I tend to enjoy that. So can anybody in the anybody in chat right now can come too. You guys got something that you would like to say to me or Ralph or anything in general? You guys are more than welcome to come in. I like to create an open platform where anybody can speak the truth or what they believe, and they can knock themselves out if they want to.
Yeah, I seriously doubt anyone's gonna come up.
Oh, come on. There's got to be like one person that wants to just come in here and like scream pedo or talk about the Gunt for 5 hours.
Yeah, I'll put in Casper.
I got you.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
You're on the air, Casper.
Hello, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
I'll pull in Coldotha and I'll pull in Wolf too. We'll pull in 3 people.
Oh, we're pulling in
what's
everyone.
up?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? I have a question. Who's the final boss?
Well, Potato Wedge claims that it's him, but you didn't hear that from me.
I think it's Josh.
Oh,
It's Josh, the pedo king.
Yeah, the pedo king of fucking fucking nigger farms.
I mean, every day now there seems to be like a new.
Oh shit! There he is.
Potato.
It's the,
It's the final boss.
Potato Wedge.
Oh
April
shit!
Cow.
By the way, this might not actually be the original Potato Wedge.
Really? You think?
I don't know.
No, that's the real one.
Oh.
All right, come on, Wedge. You got to say something.
Let's say something, Wedge.
Shit.
Shit.
Potato Wedge is hard on the defense. Come on, guy.
Also,
Well,
I
anyway.
don't think there's a main boss. I think it's all a group, a gay up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So
It's a Potato Wedge gay up.
I didn't catch
No, the
much
gay
of
up is run by the Demon Lord himself.
I didn't catch much of the Donga shit, but I heard he had fucking.
Oh, there we go. There we go. No, he was
Yeah.
muted.
No, Salt 7 muted him. So.
Niggardly.
There he is.
There's the Wedge we know.
On that note, I'm gonna leave too because I don't think it can get any better than that. Potato Wedge.
Ralph, give me my rights back.
Extract
I
yourself,
got you.
Ralph.
Give me my rights, Ralph. Give me my rights.
Give them rights.
They don't want rights.
Hey, Ralph, on your Discord, I gotta be punished, Wolf.
All right, we'll talk. We'll do all that later. God, I actually
Yeah,
hate
I'm just
Discord.
posting a docs in Ralph's Discord, just so you guys know.
I better go before they clip more out.
Jim W.
Hey, ops.
All right, farewell,
Jim
guys.
Watts
It's good
right.
talking to you,
Correct.
Godspeed, and good talking to everybody else. And I'll catch you guys
Yeah.
tomorrow night, 10:05 p.m. Eastern on the Kill Stream.
Have a nice
Roger that. We'll see you.
No one watches us,
Safe,
so
Captain.
Okay, I just DM'd Aqua on fucking Discord and told him to go spam the link. So maybe we'll get some angry cow people in here so that they can scream at me.
That would be awesome.
Where is Cow anyway?
There's been
Where are all those people?
there's literally like dozens of people that hate me and shit talk me daily, and I'd love to meet them.
No.
I'd love to talk to them and let them air out their anger.
Put on text to speech, man.
I mean, that's the only way they'll come on if you turn that
I
on.
think
TTS.
it is
Yeah.
on. TTS is on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
How do you think Potato Wedge just talked?
Oh.
No, that's his actual voice.
Oh man. Yeah, well, in the answer to the question, is there a final boss? No, I mean, they're all fucking faggots. Not a single one of them is capable of being a final boss. And I think Josh would like to think that he's the final boss, but he's actually just a fucking idiot.
I mean,
Idiot
come
for 5
on.
fucking years, and he's still an idiot.
They could just make a throwaway Discord account with like a random throwaway email. They can come on and just talk as much shit as they want.
The way they're trying to portray it as the main boss is actually Zoom, because somehow CRP goes after Ralph and Andy, and then Zoom goes after CRP, and then somehow Zoom made CRP go after Ralph and Andy.
This is the deep lore. Yeah,
you wouldn't. But I mean, listen to the logic. You wouldn't think that CRP would say, "Hey, Zoom made me go after Andy. Here's all the evidence. Zoom's hanging out with Ralph."
He's not gonna
You
do
would go
that
with that
because he's
logic.
afraid of me, and because I make him have night terrors. I'm the reason why. I'm the reason why he lost all his hair and why he wears hats all the time now.
Oh.
Godspeed is a balding agent.
When you get blowed out so hard, your hair falls out too.
Godspeed. Hold on. Godspeed is chemo.
Yeah, it's because I'm actually the cancer that causes you to lose the hair after you get the chemo. But I know there's people that are saying that I'm gonna dox them if they come on here, or that I'm gonna get their information or something. Like Discord uses they use like a man in the middle server, so you can't get anybody's IP. That shit has been thoroughly tested multiple times. Make a random throwaway account with a throwaway email. I recommend Yopmail, and you could just do whatever you want, say whatever you want. I don't care. You want to come in here and speak the 14 words, knock yourself out. You want to come in here and call me a fat, child abusing, pedophile, monster, scumbag, piece of shit.
I'd never call you Josh.
Knock yourself out.
See, this is the thing. I
Hey,
bet none of these fucking faggots do it either, because they're all pussies. They want to fucking talk shit and throw shit from fucking 9 farms, from the nigger farms, from Cow and all these other fucking places. But when the chips are on the table, nah, this is your chance. Come talk shit. You're not gonna fucking do it though. They're a bunch of fucking pussies.
Can you pull that image I sent you, Godspeed? I just think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is really funny. I want to put it up on the screen. Looks like
But they're not sending their best. Not sending their best. They're not sending anyone at the moment.
Wow.
That's the best.
Well, I just want to.
They're not sending anyone. What am I gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna go, but I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say this. Thank you for all of your fucking content and the laughs, and peace out.
Thanks, man. Take it easy. I would, I don't know, man. I'm really disappointed. I get a lot of shit talked about me all day long, and I'm just like, oh, why don't you guys come on and actually do it? And they don't want to do it.
You want to know what that is? That's projection. That's self-projection.
That's high T cow.
Beaters!
That's that low T fucking bullshit.
Beta.
Yeah, beta.
Beta.
Disappointing.
Yeah. It's like, I'm so, I don't know. It's just been the last 9 months. I was talking to Wolf about this. The last 9 months of this fucking shit has just been amazing. The endless, like, one retard does something and then another person's like, oh, no, rather than learn from what this guy did, let me just one-up him and be even more retarded. It's like with fucking Dispatch. It's like, oh yeah, because the gay ops to try to get fucking internet poll positions back worked really well for Kraut. That worked out so good for Kraut, but let me just try the same thing. I'm sure it'll work for me.
You've got to understand, it's hard to listen to Jim's words and say, you know, maybe I should just put out my content, not fuck with people, and they'll.
It's not even that. It's like if you fuck up, if you make a mistake and you get blown the fuck out.
They
a
do
little
this
bit, or-
Kardashian shit.
Yeah, just admit that you were wrong or something.
Damn,
Don't
Sando,
fucking.
you really got me. I painted my room yellow.
Final boss is Jim. Oh no.
Oh shit.
I need Jim to groom me some more. I don't want him to be the
He
final
was
boss.
right. And what do all these faggots have in common on the other side? Is it's a gym, anti-gym support group, literally. Like now,
That's
now
about
they're
what
adding
we're at.
Valve as well. But
that's
that's the
where we're
only
at.
thing they have in common, and they talk to each other. Tonka talks to Kraut.
I mean, that's what
Kraut
kills
talks to
me.
CRP.
That's what kills me though. It's like Jim told fucking oh god damn it. He told Ralph, "You're doing it right. Just pander to your audience. Don't fucking go off. Don't do all this fucking tangent bullshit. Don't be what essentially fucking Donga was. And you'll make it."
Now look what happens. They all do the same thing. Oh no, I'm gonna be the next Donga.
I don't understand why they do it though. What makes them? What compels them?
They're fucking dumb. They're well,
not
actually, no. It's
narcissistic
more than that at
assholes,
this point.
and they can't be wrong. That's the whole point. I mean, you met these people in real life. Anyone who's such a narcissist that even when you blow him the fuck out, he's not gonna admit defeat, but he's gonna resort to, I don't know, killing your dog or stuff like that. That's the category they fit in.
Sid Farwin in chat just said ego. It's ego.
That's a big part of it. That's not the only component, but yeah, that's a big part of it. That's like ego's the biggest part for somebody like Josh in particular, because this is a person who, and this is kind of what sets him apart from some of the others. He's not as fucking stupid as he comes off of sometimes. There are clear points throughout his sort of 5-year history on the internet where he's had the opportunity to either admit he was wrong or to let something go or to choose the reasonable path. And he always chooses the retard path. He's like re-involves himself with drama, and then he complains when it backfires on him. Like with the whole fucking Wordrak thing. Like he re-involved himself with he got blown the fuck out of Infinity Next. Then he re-involved himself with a bunch of drama and then got blown the fuck out again. Oh, woe is me. I have to flee the country. They're coming after me. I didn't do nothing. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm a good boy now. Oh, wait, let me just do the same thing again.
I'll go the extra mile, and I will call Cow's bluff by putting up my Discord live on stream, so that everybody can see the full Discord client, and you will be able to see everybody that joins, and you'll be able to see the describe your outline thing. You'll be able to see every person that joins this Discord live on air. And if anybody joins any of these channels, I will drag them in live on air.
Oh, yes.
Let's see your excuses now.
TikTok.
Because I really don't see you guys doing much anything. And I've said this the few times that I have posted, that if you were able to actually do anything, you'd be doing it. If you were actually able to make change, you wouldn't say shit like, oh, I talked about this a year ago, but then nobody ever heard about it. So you have so much to say to me and you hate me so much. Come on over. You're more than invited to join. You're more than invited to say whatever you want. And I will never censor you.
That's what scares them.
I don't have a single thing that you could say to me that would even shake me in the slightest. So come on in. People are talking in the chat. Anybody that wants to come in and talk, I will drag them in. All they have to do is join the non-Donga tribe, and I'll drag them into the on-air channel. takes you less than 30 seconds to get the viewer role, and then you can join any voice channel you want. It takes maybe 10 seconds to join. So you're more than willing to join. I know there's a lot of people that have said that they wanted to fuck with me, that they wanted to send pizzas and shit like that. So like, come on over.
Dude,
No
you
kiwi
gotta
farmers?
understand, they're badasses. They can't just come in.
No kiwi farmers, no 9 farmers, no cowdists. Cowdist's gonna explain the big conspiracy with fucking Swiss proxy and all the fucking the internet meme lords.
Let's go ahead and we'll make it 1080p. No, we'll make it 1440p. And then I'll
Maximum resolution.
I'll double check it to make sure that it I'll make it bigger so that everybody could see it. Oh wait.
There we go. There it is.
For some reason it always comes out shitty looking on this.
It looks like you're censoring everything.
I know, it comes out so shitty. Let me do
My God, censorship. Oh.
Shalom, Goim. How you doing?
Oy vey,
Shalom,
shalom,
Goy.
William.
All I got to say is get Jim on, choose Hampshire, and fuck niggers. You guys have a great night.
Nope.
Oh, I appreciate it. Always choose Hampshire. Hampshire's
Fuck
great.
niggers? Is that Zug Zug?
Hampshire is
No,
for
it
the
wasn't
big
Zug
brain
Zug.
niggas.
That was not Zug Zug, I can tell you that right now.
No.
That is some shit that Zug Zug would say, though.
Nick can
Gotta
come on if he
understand.
wants.
Zug Zug would be putting down a
But he's
cat
asleep.
in the middle of.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wish Nick was on.
That's
That would be great.
foreplay for him. Huh?
It's for.
Good old Zug Zug. Zug Zug actually turned out not to be that pathetic. Especially
Yeah,
stacked up next against these
like
people.
you've got to understand that. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, I'm not defending his fucking shit. He's still fucking tired. I'm just saying.
I
like, when
don't
you
think
stack it up
anyone
next to this
defends
shit-
anyone's shit. Don't get me
when you
wrong.
stack it up next to this shit, it's he looks
No,
like
it's
a
kinda
nothing
like
burger.
if you agree with someone on the internet, oh, you're immediately sucking their dick.
Oh yeah, you're a
It's
sycophant the
common
moment you try to defend.
Get Snick on. Enhance.
Get Snick on.
If you can wake Snick up, have fun.
Yeah, just internet kick him in the fucking teeth.
Nigga, that he'd still be asleep.
Read cow live, they say in chat.
How's that? Is that clear enough for you guys now? I think I fixed it.
Oh, it's black for me.
I see
Is
a
it
black
4K?
cube.
Yes, yes, I
God.
see a black cube as well.
Oh, there it
is
is.
That is the
There, now.
clearest into the void I've seen. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
How
You're inside the void.
how clear is that
Get
for you
this
guys
bitch
now?
on. Yes, good old
Yeah, there's
Xander.
no way in hell he'd get on here.
I see ADB is here.
Let's go ahead and we'll drag this.
Yeah,
over
Dispatch
here.
would never fucking come on here. He's too much of a
You
pussy.
are now.
Here we go.
We'll drag this over here. We'll go ahead and we'll make this
That is accurate, Mr. P. That is accurate.
Alright, so there you go.
I just thought I'd randomly show up since nobody else wants to.
So there you go. Now you guys can see my full screen with the Discord and everything, and they can't claim that I'm I'm making things blurry, and that I don't actually want people to come in here.
And a pussy isn't coming on here right now that claims that shit.
All these fucking hot bants when you're on a forum or when you're somewhere else and you're sitting behind a proxy or whatever else, but you're not gonna fucking come on here and talk that shit. Bunch of fucking bitch assholes. Yeah, bunch of fucking bitch assholes. This is just so typical. Oh yeah, let's run fucking gay ops, you guys. Let's run fucking gay ops to get our internet cloud back because we've been blown the fuck out. And yeah, let's just talk a bunch of shit. I bet he would never call us out. Oh wait, he's calling us out. Oh well, we can't say anything now. Don't say anything. It's a trap. He'll dox you. He'll dox you.
He's a filthy doxer.
He's a filthy fucking doxer.
He
doesn't have a license for that fucking dox.
I mean,
Oi, do you have a license for that doxing?
I know there's a specific poster on Cow that's always talking, and I've always said that it was Vamp Candy, and it's that 7EB258. And they talk so much shit that they literally spend all day long posting on me. I could not post on Cow for months.
Oh no!
There was a period of time where I didn't post on there for 3.5 weeks, and when I finally came back and posted, they tagged them, and everybody was like, "I thought you said you got rid of him, and he went to /V," and I'm like, I've never gotten to that forum in my life, and apparently this person was so desperate for relevance in Cow that they've never changed their ID, and they just constantly claim that they bully me and drive me out of the forum. When what happens in reality is I just lose interest and I continue to keep doing other things, like, I don't know, producing content.
You Vietnam warned it.
I mean, this person is always
You
got
just
an
lost
excuse.
interest and went away.
Yeah, and they're always talking shit. And I'll be like, all right, well, let's just talk it out. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I'm gonna do this. It's like, okay, well, like, come on over and say something. Nope, not gonna do it.
I hate that shit so much. It is the most
wait,
cowardly way to fight.
Something fun to share with the classes. My DMs with Josh the other day before some things went down. These are fun. These are really fun. Send them to you, Zoom. These are good. I think I may have sent them, but I may have sent one.
You might
I'll send
want
them
to
again.
click on a different channel where there's no images because someone could just post something.
Only certain people can post pictures on this channel. So only
He
Star
is the
Hire.
big brain nibba.
This was the highlight of the DMs with Josh the other day. This is my favorite part at the very end. He goes, "Why respond? I'm a pedophile literally every day to 300 plus people that end up PMing me and harassing me about it. I'm not a pedophile. Ignore everything. Zoom is a fed and a pedophile."
But Josh just said the other day that he just said the other day that he did commission Lolly, and that it was okay because those logs were older than he was when the logs were posted. Damn,
yeah, he's a fucking liar.
This guy fucking talks about me a lot. Jesus Christ, Josh. Talk about fucking rent free just all day long. Lee, just all day long.
Yeah, why did he call you fat instead?
There you go. I posted it.
Why is he so interested in you?
Wow, Josh. It's almost like you're the one that AstroTurf's fucking 8chan with all these faggy fucking clippings of me all day. It's weird how you're sending these to Kildotha before you blocked them a couple days ago, and these just randomly appeared shortly afterwards, and you just cry your little eyes out because you'll never be e-famous.
Oh.
But I would really love to talk to, I believe they call it Ara-chan. I'm pretty sure that they talk an awful lot of shit, but it seems like they're too scared to actually come and say anything, even when they're able to talk to me completely anonymously on a Discord platform where I have no way of getting their IP or their information. and they're in a perfect position to completely blow me out in front of everybody. And there's absolutely nothing that they're gonna do. And I've given them the link and given them the option to go do it.
Well, you're taking them from internet academia high school to actually having a conversation. They don't want to do that.
I mean, everybody can see the screen, and you know their biggest
We're all here right
excuse,
now.
their biggest excuse from what I'm being sent by Akko right now is they claim that I'm hiding Discord and I'm not letting people see the truth because I'm gonna pretend like nobody's really coming here, and I'm just gonna ban all the people that I don't want in so I don't look good to my viewers. And yeah, I think that's just really disingenuous. I don't do that.
My
retarded do
shit
they
was
think
in
you
no
are?
pool and I got pulled in. I mean, come on, everybody, come in.
Anybody in the chat that would like to come in and talk, you're more than welcome to come in, and I'll drag you in, and you can say whatever you want. The call-in server is right
Why
under the
the-
stream. We have this Doc
Why the-
Wellfish guy too, if he wants to talk.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, what's up, Doc?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to ask you a question, man. Let me mute the stream real quick because I'm getting looped back because I'm an idiot. But I wanted to ask you a question. I've been following this along pretty decently so far, and I've just noticed that it seems to be a giant ops triangle with just Andy in the middle getting fucked by everyone in the end. It's so sad. Like,
Yeah, I don't get that. They're always like, Zoom he's manipulating Andy, and he's gonna turn Andy against
and then
everybody.
they attack Andy, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm not involved with anything. Like, you know, somebody gives out Andy's stream key, which I'm pretty sure it was Geek because Andy told me he changed the fucking key after he kicked Ian off of the manager thing. And then all of a sudden, Geek is like, well, that happened because Cow hates Andy for being friends with Zoom. And it's like, well, you're the one that's angry about it. And all of a sudden, some person that the cigar 1975 person is the one posting it to the Gunt posters. Meanwhile, fucking Andy's sound asleep. I'm live streaming. I didn't even know what was going on until people started spamming out the chat. Fucking Ralph is streaming, and the only person that had any access to that was fucking Geek. And somehow it's me, and I've somehow forced the entire thing to make everybody hate Geek and go after Andy, and for there to be a call to war or something. It's a very strange.
The ops truly never end.
Oh wait,
Jesus.
you need
Call to war.
Yeah,
yeah, you need the Nexus. You need the Nexus version. So the Nexus lore goes like this. He spouted this out on a stream right before all this really gay shit started happening. This must have been maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Nexus does this dumbass drunk stream on Stream Me, and he gets shut down by fucking Kami Watch for breaking toss. But before that, he manages to spit out what I think is what these people think is reality. And he goes, oh no, there's this big gay ops cabal. Zoom is in fucking charge of it, and Ralph and Keemstar and Medicare and all the fucking E-celebs, they work for Zoom. And anybody that's an enemy of these guys that could displace them, they're gonna get fucking doxxed. They're gonna get doxxed. And Negro Joe and all these people are all fucking in on it, and they all work for fucking Zoom. That's what's up. And Zoom is a fucking bad, evil man.
Well,
Like unironically.
I'm always I'm a huge advocate for transparency. So like, if people really fucking hate me that much, and I feel like they call Ralph a cuck, and they say that he can't handle being bants, and he can't handle people talking about the Gunt thing or making fun of his wife for being Arab, or him for being a race mixer. Andy can't handle being teased because he doesn't like people calling him dumb or making fun of his stutter and shit like that. It's like, yeah, you guys say all this shit, and then it's like, okay, well, there are two of them were in here, they sat in here for 15 minutes, and nobody joined. And now everybody fucking hates me, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? If you guys really hate me, I'm more than willing to hear your grievances with me. Come on in, shit talk me. People will laugh. If you make me look like an idiot, it'll be even funnier. And then you can parade yourself around Cal like you're some kind of fucking super spurg. And it's all for your laughs in the end. And I think that everybody deserves the laughs.
Yeah, it's in the end, it's all about just having a good laugh at something. But I've noticed that it's these. Oh, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's all about the laughs. But if you have to resort to making fun of someone's stutters, to fucking get the laughs, holy shit, you're in for a world of hurt.
This is like fucking murdered her the other night. Like I tried to listen to his fucking tinfoil hat stream, and I couldn't get through it because his voice is just fucking Pike sucking on like 5,000 black cocks at the same time, and then trying
Fuck
to
you,
talk
Zoom.
through
I
it.
hate you here as
But
the dollar now script.
why is it that the transparent people, these people who are transparent, these people who obviously are just doing it, they just do what they think's right, and they just are in it for the laughs, that they think they're these masterminds behind everything. Just transparent people are apparently,
Thanks for the
they're Soros
donation,
in the
Hyphen.
window.
Yeah, that's exactly like what
Well,
the
hold on, what do you mean by they're transparent? Do you mean they're posting their fucking docs, or they're just being real?
They're being real, like transparent, like Medicare and Zoom.
Okay, yeah. If you're being real like that, that is considered chaotic evil on the internet. I don't understand that. What the fuck is up with that? How is that chaotic evil?
It's only because
yeah, I
they
don't know how we
can't
got to
do
this
it.
point.
They have stuttering voices. Retard from Central Europe sounds better than them and speaks better English, and they just get butthurt. They post in chat. They literally can't make a valid point on a stream. That's why they resort to gay ops. Because they can't talk. They can't
even if they can't make a valid point, they should be allowed to speak their mind. They should be allowed to have a platform where they can shit talk anyone they want without worrying about getting banned or censored. Now, if you're just gonna spam the same fucking thing in chat, well then fuck off. But if you want to come on voice and just scream your fucking spurgy little heart out, I'm all for that. Say whatever the hell you want. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, but my question is, who was the South African? He was on the kill stream a few times. He had his house broken into by some less than reputable.
Something. Black Coney.
Black Oni.
Yeah. His fucking native language was Afrikaans, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got shit for that from Bronx Blog. That fucking when he was talking to that motherfucker, he eventually went back on it because he realized he fucked up. But I mean, like, just the fact that people would do that pisses me the fuck off, because that motherfucker, he was articulate. You know, he was really, really trying to speak in the English language, but Bronx was like, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then at the
Imagine
fucking...
when a leftist faggot's attacking him for his accent.
That's
the most progressive faggot of led them all in the country. He's attacking him for his accent, and he attacks
the thing
man
about
for
people
being
like that.
Asian.
I've hung out with Black Oni.
That's the shit that pisses me off.
It pisses me off too. It's fucking gay.
I'm a leftist, you guys. I have AIDS and I'm gay. I'm so progressive. I can insult people on their race because I'm more progressive than you. Vote for Kamala Harris.
I'm so progressive. I have AIDS.
IBS
Vote for
apocalypse
Campo.
continuation that in order to bolster farm traffic and information troves. Yeah, I do. I think there's a lot of misinformation that gets spread around a lot. You know, I like to call it the telephone game. You know, they'll hear one thing, and by the time it ends up on Cal, it'll be something entirely different. It could be something as ancillary as oh, well, when Ralph was in Knoxville with Andy, one time, Andy and Ralph wrestled, and before you know it, they're fucking posting on the forums that they got into a fist fight.
Oh my god. That's
It
how
it always ends up
fuck
like that.
this world's begun. Oh my god.
Cool.
It's and it never ceases to amaze me like how these people try to one up each other on the gay shit. It's more than just each person in turn trying to do their own gay ops. Like and a lot of times it almost feels like they're actually trying to one up each other. Like fucking murdered her the last night. Like,
Oh my god, you guys, let me go down the well of the conspiracy. It's all a fucking conspiracy. We're gonna reveal the conspiracy between Ralph and Zoom and all
I
these
tuned
guys.
in.
I'm
I
in
tuned
charge.
into that. It's
that
fucking nuts.
fucking guy is a fucking dipshit. He looks at people having fun or making jokes on the internet and assumes that that's a gay op. Like if you make a joke about somebody on the internet, it's a gay. It's gonna be on the murderer stream because it's a gay
It's
op.
even fucking worse, dude. That guy calls you a faggot in chat like 3 million times. Then you go on his stream and he's like, "What? I've been only nice to you, man. Why are you so angry?"
Yeah, why are you so angry? I don't understand.
And then
It's
when
anger.
Ralph calls him a faggot, he's like, "Okay, Ralph, goodbye."
Okay, no, Ralph, you don't need to be making fun of me like that. I didn't do anything to deserve this.
Yeah, shout out to Murderer. Where are you at, dude? I mean, you've been doing these fucking gangster ass conspiracy streams the last few nights, but you know you got an open invitation, Murderer. You can come in here right now and face the evil leaders of the cabal. Where are you fucking at, bro? I don't see you.
Oh my god, I've been out of all of this for so long. I need to get back in. This shit is so entertaining.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
It's so stupid, but it's so entertaining. It is a distraction from the mundanism that is life.
A woman wearing an actual tinfoil hat.
Yeah, there you go. Since we're talking about murderer wearing tinfoil hat, you know, conspiracy, it's just some crazy German lady wearing a tinfoil hat and putting pots and pans over her head.
This is the one that sleeps with the pots on her head.
Yeah, that's the Holocaust.
On her head.
she's like my living Holocaust.
She's like, there's already been 5 Holocausts in Europe, guys.
She thinks that the MI6 and the CIA are beaming her with military lasers from outer space and shit.
Don't worry, there's only been one Holocaust.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, man.
On topic.
I'll even let Pedo Josh come in here and he can stammer.
Oh,
with
I
his
would love it.
soy-filled voice. Oh, fuck you, Zoomer, and everybody's here. And you think it's funny to deplatform me, but you're not. I'm not even bothered by you. I don't even care. Like I had no idea who you even were. Okay. But then when I get in DMs and I talk about you, I just talk endlessly about you because I'm upset because I'm 26 years old and I've never kissed a girl in my entire life. But I've jerked off to little cat boys one time. But it's okay because when I said I did it, I said I did it like when I was like 14 years old, even though the logs are from 2012, which would have made me 20. But it's okay because you're not getting to me, all right, pal. You don't bother me.
It's okay because little cat boys are trapped, so I thought they were girls.
You know, I ran the kiwi farms. You'll never be as strong as me. You guys are irrelevant.
You're not muted, White Baneberry. That's you. Unmute yourself.
No,
Might be your Discord glitched, my dude.
Yeah,
White
just reset your
Baneberry is
Discord.
muted.
All right, man. This shit just keeps going. It never ends. The night of never-ending ops.
This is in fact the 24-hour gay op right now. You're gay opping all of you.
Yeah,
right
according
now.
to
This is a
Nexus,
gay
you
op.
know, you just breathe. It's a gay op.
It's a gay op. If I take a breath, it's a gay op.
Oh well, there we go.
Spooky.
Oof. The night of breaking doxes. Oh no.
Just press Control R, Baneberry. That'll reset your client.
The night of long of
Drug you in, talk.
Hey, Reminisce returned.
I see you
Found
leaving and getting dragged in.
I don't know.
He's probably trying to fix his shit. Oh.
Everyone's a boomer on the inside. Don't worry. Let's see here. Oh yeah, somebody who was in chat was like he was deaf creeped out. He is no doubt having regrets about going to Knoxville and getting involved with these tards. Who's that referring to?
They think that Dick is creeped out because I came on the kill stream and was making fun of CRP. I don't think Dick cares. I think he was more annoyed at the fact that grown men being, you know, coach that's 51 is having such a stupid disagreement with Andy and Ralph, who are in their mid-20s and 30s.
I was kind of hoping that Coach would make the terrible, irrevocable mistake of trying to go after Dick, because the reaction from that would have been fucking great.
Oh yeah.
He stopped just shy of that.
I don't think Dick would have cared. He would have said, "Well, you're a beta male. Have you ever made a woman come in your life?" And then Coach would have said, "Obviously not, because I'm 51 and I had 2 kids out of wedlock, and now I'm stuck in the Ukraine." And then people would have just laughed at him.
Hold on.
What?
I just got a fucking surge of information into my brain. It just short-circuited everything. That is fucking hilarious.
It's like Total
Yeah, you know,
Recall.
he's got you beat. He's got those high 7-figure $1 million bank accounts, but he had to take a $25,000 loan from his cousin, and then you know, he didn't even pay the web developer, according to his former business partner. And then his business partner was going over the net profits for all of the subscriptions and everything for the website, and Coach was only paying him the profits that were earned for the new subscribers, and he was keeping the rest of the money for himself like a fucking Jew.
Holy shit! Before you finish that sentence, Grigsby said, "Alimony ain't cheap."
All that. That's a good one, Grigsby, and that's true. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, it really pains me to say, but in the end, Crowd was right about CRP. That's kind of shocking. Crowd was right about something.
Broken clock can't be right all the time.
Broken cock, more like it, not clock.
Well, then he's got to be right twice a day. Holy shit, there we go.
Yeah, speaking of spurts that won't come on here, Kenny Jones, you've been sent the link numerous times. You've been talking shit about Zoom for the past 3 days, and where the fuck are you? You gonna fucking come in and debate us on the principles and the evidence?
He doesn't want to come
Tell us
and
about
do the
Margaret?
principles.
I do principles.
You guys have no principles. You're just unscrupulous and you censor people. You won't let people come on. You won't let people talk and you bait on facts and evidence.
I just like my snakes, you know, that's all I do.
You got Dwarf Star in the Donga Tribe chat.
Yeah, I get the evidence and your principles. It's just not there.
This one kills me. Because it's true. Josh does run like a fucking cockroach when the light is shined on him. Every single time I've had a conversation with Josh, he has either fled or gotten sleepy within 10 seconds. Dragon, Dwarf Star, you're on the show. Skeleton, you're on the show.
I do like
Kane,
the
you're on
gotten
show.
sleepy one. That's my favorite.
Hello. Now, there is one thing me, V, clearly V, has to bring up. And it's something that a lot of people are going to bring up, because it's kind of obscure. But as you know, V, as I am V, I am a filthy degenerate. Now, Josh loved, and this is very ironic, Josh loved to bring up Shadman all the time. I am sure if you would ever watch the kill stream, whenever Josh was on, he would love to bring up how much Shadman was a filthy pedophile and degenerate. Those are very strong words, especially considering Shadman watches the kill stream. Even gave it a shout out in front of 4,000 people on Twitch. Very, very interesting to bring up. Now, what I don't understand is where is the evidence that he was a pedophile? What, based on the fact that he what draws edgy shit? Oh, is that it? Because I find it very interesting that Mr. Josh of Kiwi Farms, who had a company that was registered in his name, that was hosting content that may or may not be considered pedophilia, that may or may not be considered CP in most developed sections of the first world, or wanted to create a what was it, an image board to attract pedophiles to? That was not a honey trap, I might add. Very odd. Very odd.
You know what?
Are you fake V or
you
are
know
you
what's
just...
you know what's
I'm
funny
very
about
obviously
that?
V.
He might be real V.
Let me go back and find that. Do you guys remember when I called Josh out about 16 Chan on the kill stream when I was really high, and he said that I was crazy and that he did not make the pedophile board and he did not make the hebephile board, and that I had no proof of that and I was nuts and I was out of my mind and I was just mad at him or something. And you remember when he said that, right? I'm sure you guys remember that.
If he remembers.
Okay, well, here's a recording of him admitting the exact opposite. I'm gonna play it on the stream. Let me hold on, let me get the mixer for fucking this going. Volume mixer. Discord. Okay. I'll play this live on the air and you guys can hear him lie.
I have against this is the fact that the file board itself was not was allowed to continue to
like chaos,
have an
mate,
existence
they're
throughout
like
the 4
chaos.
months there.
Look.
How come you didn't just delete that entire board itself?
Mate, it's just a gay up.
But does deleting a
everyone
board
gets one gay
itself
up?
violate any free
Yeah.
speech? You could still post things in other boards.
Well,
Just let it play. Let it play. I want to hear
was that
this.
if you wanted to discuss child pornography, it had to be not child pornography, but if you wanted to discuss anything about pedophilia, about attraction to kids, it had to be in a quarantine board with no images. So having one board for it that was not listed on the index page, that didn't have images, was my solution to the issue.
So that board was text only. So then how did the rest of the
random people would post child pornography elsewhere on the site before I could delete it?
Gotcha. And just from the archives that I'd seen, it was a large amount, almost as if it had been kind of unmoderated. I'm guessing at that point there was. Do you know how many people were using this?
I can't say for sure because it's very hard to collect metrics like that. We would receive several hundred posts a day at peaks. It would be between like a few dozen and a few hundred, depending on what was happening. But I was the only moderator.
Images proactively or reactively? Were you?
Now, when I called him about this the second time, and me and him got into it the second time, he literally fled within, I don't know, about 2 minutes. He got very Sargon sleepy, and he immediately fled. And the third time I called him out on it, he was gone in less than 30 seconds. When I had him on my show the other day, he said that I was delusional, that I was making up stuff, that he had nothing to do with those boards, and that I was just lying and grasping at straws. But yet you hear him on recording admitting that he was lying, admitting that he did create the board, that he did attempt to circumvent pedophiles that were going to prey on children and spread pedophilia by creating a special board for them, to which he advertised this to them specifically so that they could hang out on it. And he said that he did not create it, yet he just admitted on that recording he did create it. So he lied. And when I said, okay, well, what about all the shit about you on the Blockland forums where you're talking about, oh, you commissioned, Shotokan porn of, young cat boys being raped and shit like that. And he openly claimed that it was a lie, that he never said that. Yet when he gets called out about it on his own fucking forum, right here, people said, you're talking about you fapped the Shota, you platformed a pedo board, you call other people pedos, and his response to that was, you should stop talking about stuff that is almost as old as I was when I said them. I am for a free speech absolutist, and I will not apologize for it. Get bent. So there he is, openly saying that he did jerk his dick to Shotokan. And there's actually a conversation where he's talking. It's on like the 5th or 6th page on that Minecraft thing, where he says that he did jerk his dick to images of little boys being hurt because he was going through a gay phase. That dude is a pedo. He is a weirdo. He collects Shotokan and CP. He was banned multiple times off multiple server hosts for it. And all he does is lie. And then every time you talk to him, if you don't start recording what he says, then he gets caught in a lie. He told everybody on Ralph's stream that I was nuts and that he never made those boards because he did not advocate pedophilia. Yet right here when he's asked about it by Bitch Batch, this is his response.
Okay. So my only complaints that I have against this is
The
the fact
reason
that the
Via brings
file
up
board itself was
all of
not
this.
Was allowed to continue to have an existence throughout the 4 months there. How come you didn't just delete that entire board itself?
Because it didn't break the law.
Okay. So my only complaints that I have against this is the fact that the file board itself was not was allowed to continue to have an existence throughout the 4 months there. How come you didn't just delete that entire board itself?
Because it didn't break the law.
But does deleting a board itself violate any free speech? You could still post things in other boards.
Well, the rules were that I had designed was that if you wanted to discuss child pornography, it had to be not child pornography, but if you wanted to discuss anything about pedophilia, about attraction to kids, it had to be in a quarantine board with no images. So having one board for it that was not listed on the index page, that didn't have images, was my solution to the issue.
So that board was text only. So then how did the rest of the
random people would post child pornography elsewhere on the site before I could delete it?
Gotcha. And just from the archives that I'd seen, it was a large amount, almost as if it had been kind of unmoderated. I'm guessing at that point there was. Do you know how many people were using this?
I can't say for sure because it's very hard to collect metrics like that. We would receive several hundred posts a day at peaks. It would be between like a few dozen and a few hundred, depending on what was happening. But I was the only moderator.
Images.
And then, he talks about how he was a young person and that when this stuff was posted, he was as old as he was. This is how long it went. But when you actually look into the stuff that was posted, it was posted in 2012. So he's a liar. I'll go ahead and I'll unmute people because people can hear the clips.
My English isn't too
now,
great.
Now you guys can hear it. So here's where he's claiming that a 15-year-old girl is harassing him, adding him repeatedly when she could have just blocked him, and that she has no civil case against him when he threatened to murder and rape her after he murdered her family. And then as you go through this, in detail, I don't know what that hissing thing is. I'm just going to lower my volume. When you go through it, you start to see that he had this really weird relationship with this 15-year-old girl where she says that she thought that that she could fix him. She thought that he was broken on the inside and a miserable individual, but she thought if she could keep him around, she could help him. And then Josh immediately starts angrily posting that he has a transcript open and that he's going to college and he works online developing software. And people make fun of him. And he starts getting bullied in a fucking forum for Minecraft developers. And people say that he's full of shit. And then he says he's moving to a dorm. And then people are saying that he's going to be working at a burger place. And he gets mad and he says that he quit his job in September and he's going to an entry-level programming job for a company in Australia. And they say that that he was that he's not going to have this job when they find out that he was jerking his dick to Shota or courting women on internet forums. And his response to that was, "You realize I was 14 and going through a gay phase at the time, right? I was into males my age. It's fun to throw around the truth when it's just so boring. Then again, maybe things would be better if I was actually into guys."
Oh, oof.
And then
So are you
what were you saying?
going to kill himself in Minecraft?
Well, apparently he is suicidal because when they started making fun of him for being rejected by this girl, she goes and she posts about how he's talking about how he's going to manipulate her by blocking her and then doing things to get her attention. And then he claims that he's not at fault for this. And then he posts a picture of her where she had sent him a DM with a bunch of pictures. And she said, I thought this might cheer you up or something since your house got burnt down and your cat died in a painful, agonizing way.
What the fuck? Wait, I missed that lore. What?
What? I thought this might cheer you up or something since your house got burned down and your cat died in a painful, agonizing death by fire. It was old though. If I had any lives left, I would be I should have been using them to go base jumping or hanging out at strip clubs instead of wasting them being lazy and old in a burning building. I hope you feel better. And then she sent him pictures of her stomach. At which point in time, I wanted to point this out again that she is 15 years old and he is in his 20s. Actually, he's 19 at the time.
This fucking guy is bragging about this. This is the other thing that people should know about Josh. He brags about this stuff until it's inconvenient, and then he has to deny it. But then what will happen is a few months or a few years will go by, and his ego will get built up again in whatever format he's on, and then he'll start bragging about it again. Oh yeah, I totally did all these fucking gay things and these fucking degenerate, horrible fucking things. But yeah, I can brag about it because I'm Josh. You can't touch me. Then he gets touched, and then he's like, "Oh, I never did that. I never did that. I never said that. That's not what happened."
So
rinse and repeat.
As time goes on, the girl is like, "Well, you can see here
Yes,
that
OGs do.
I'm a good person, and that Josh, you've been harassing me for a picture of my midriff for about 4 months. I felt bad enough for you that I took one. Now, can we get back to the topic of you completely taking advantage of good people and how you're a terrible person?" And then his response to that was, she can try to play it off that I'm some kind of monster when she's clearly willing to go out of her way for me. Now, this is the same guy that claimed that I was emotionally abusing my girlfriend because we were trolling in a fucking campsite. Yet he is actively emotionally and psychologically abusing a young girl when he is 19 years old at this point. I don't get it why I don't get why she would re-add me and add me for months on end after every argument and then go to such extremes to piss me off. How am I the immature one? How can I be to blame for what I say when she's the one antagonizing me after a full year of being extremely cozy with me? She forgetted with me. She did this on a professional level, yet I am a monster. You know what? I give up. I cannot win. Why are you, a 19-year-old adult, getting cozy with a 15-year-old for a full year? And then claiming that you were doing this when you were 14, yet this is in 2012, which would make you 19. So you're probably lying about your age on this forum. And then you go on to explain that you don't ever remember drinking and posting there. And then here's where the girl comes back and she says, I felt sorry for you. I still did up until the point that you lied your fucking ass off to Nibbles and begged him to block me. I constantly did things to try and cheer you up because I'm a good person. And I was more or less guilt-tripped into trying to keep you around. Every time you'd block me, you'd talk to somebody about committing suicide. So I'd ask someone to get me in contact with you so I could talk to you to talk you out of it. I was nice to you. I have feelings and empathize with people on a level that you're obviously incapable of understanding. You're a terrible person. You have no redeeming qualities. You constantly took my kindness to you as a person as some sort of coming on to you because you're socially retarded. You're incapable of differentiating between friendliness and courtship because you're retarded. If it wasn't clear the several times I said I'd never date you, I wasn't manipulating you. I legitimately just didn't want you to commit suicide or kill somebody else in the process. Good job being an asshole. I'm counting days till you're banned and you wind up as some other community's scourge. To which he comes back and he says, he completely ignores what she says, and he starts talking about how he was pretending that he was drunk. And they said, you posted a picture of yourself and talked about how drunk you were and then sent an image of you drinking a light beer. And he proceeds to enter this argument about him drinking light Jamaican rum. And then when she calls him out about how he's not responding to her complaint, he says, I'm not going to feed you any more attention. You've stolen a year of that. Go douse yourself in onion rings and self-worth, you whore. So he gets called out for being a weirdo 19-year-old that begged a girl for pictures of her tummy and then admitted he jerked off to hurtcore where little boys are being hurt. And then in the same step, he's the guy that just admitted on recording that he made a pedophile haven board where pedos can hang out. And he's claiming that I'm emotionally abusive and manipulative towards my girlfriend, who I'm in a relationship with, and have been in a relationship with for over 3 years now, as of a few days ago. And we are in an adult relationship where at the time I was 28 and she was 23. And we were trolling people. We weren't serious. We were literally on cam together the following week. He doesn't understand this because he's never been in a relationship with a female. He is a virgin who has never kissed a woman. He has never had sex with a woman. He has never been in a committed relationship that involves living with them or dealing with them daily in a place where you can't turn off your
Speaking
computer.
about committing relationships, I gotta go, man. But
yeah, anytime.
One more thing. Just remember, guys, CRP is a faggot, and when he found out Nora's in medical school, he said he has hemorrhoids on his ass that need to be treated. Thanks for having me on Zoom. See you guys.
Wow, that's a weird.
Yeah, same thing. I get the fuck out of here to go to work tomorrow, but that is a soci. That's exactly what the fuck that is.
That is fucking weird that he said that, but a lot of people ask me, like, why do you hate him? And that's why I hate him, because he says shit like that. When I tried to argue with him about how it was fucked up that he was, doing this, he argued that it was legal. He sent me all of these cases where he claimed these people didn't go to jail, and then you look up the cases and they went to jail because they were sickos. And that's all he's ever done. He defends pedos and he platforms them, and then he wants to cry and act like he's some kind of anti-pedo advocate. Like, he's a retard.
He's trying to use logic, and he's a sociopath. He doesn't understand it. That is the fucking thing. You can't understand it.
It's like
because
it's like, what is their base argument? The recordings, okay.
There's nothing there.
So I said some stupid shit with my girlfriend. The guy that fucking released the recordings said that he was trolling people because he wanted to fuck with Ralph. It's retarded. Billy the Fridge wouldn't sacrifice his career and his reputation to defend me. He wouldn't say shit like, yeah, I've known him and his girlfriend for years and they're good people. If it was a serious thing, he wouldn't be speaking to us. Like,
hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what's
up?
Not much. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Well, Zoom, can I say something quick?
Yeah, sure, man.
Well, so you've pretty much turned me completely around. I mean, I remember the old kill stream where they had you on lockdown for like 6 hours. And, you've convinced me that that was your girlfriend, all that was bullshit. But now that I'm sitting here listening to you talk about it, I'm wondering, is Josh just your girlfriend and you're doing another gay op?
Oh my god.
That's
That is
pretty messed
deepest
up.
fucking lore. Holy shit.
I just don't like the fucking guy. Like, when I tell him, like,
Yeah,
hey,
he sucks.
I heard that you were doing this. why are you doing this? And his argument is, well, I did it because I thought it was a good thing to do. I mean, it's the same argument that fucking Destiny had when he was like, I think we should give out old child pornography to pedophiles so that they don't rape kids. It's like, do you hear yourself? You sound like a retard.
Well,
We
and that
should
thing
give
you just
half
said,
meth to meth heads so that they don't want all the meth.
yeah. That
That
thing you
works.
said a few seconds ago, that was Josh you were quoting, where you said something about onion rings.
Yeah. So like, I'll
He's a feeder, so it fits.
I'll pull this up on screen where I had the conversation with him about this, and I said, "Dude, the Dalton case lost. You're a fucking idiot." And he said, "You either have freedom of speech or you don't." So I literally linked him the fucking article where it said the guy got 10 years in prison, which he actually got 6 years in prison. And he says, "This isn't a court document. I can't tell you the specifics of the law, but I know from a cursory glance that it's directed at the author, not the platform that it's hosted on." So we continued to argue about this, and he continued to defend pedophilia openly. And I was like, "This is why I don't like you." And he said, "You're out of your depth. Go back to fucking with cripples."
Okay, why is he really off stream me?
He got banned off Stream Me because he made a comment about committing acts of violence against little Jewish children, and people recorded it. And then he goes,
Oh heavens!
He goes and he clips out parts of this, and he goes, "Did you even read this? You're a waste of time." And he tries to claim that this guy never even got arrested, that he got away with it. And what the truth of it was that he had written in this notebook that he was planning to kidnap children in the area, rape and molest them, and torture them in the basement after soundproofing them. So they used it as a to change the law actually, and they said that what it was a plan to commit a crime, and it was a clear outline for committing a crime against a child. And at the time, they didn't really have anything that they could do to this person. So what they did is they charged him with an obscenity charge. And they gave him 4 years in prison, and he tried to appeal it, and he went before a jury to appeal it, and the judge said, "This is abhorrent. I'm not going to listen to you. In fact, I'm going to tack on another 18 months to your sentence to give him a full 6 years." And when the original case was tried, the jury was so disgusted by the material in the book that was only 14 pages long, they couldn't get past 2 pages before the judge stopped them and was disgusted. And he said, "Look, let's move for immediate sentencing." And the jury unanimously decided to send him to jail for 4 years. And this is who Josh is picking as a platform for why pedophiles should be able to write stories about murdering and raping children. So after this whole thing blows over, this guy's in jail. He makes another appeal. He gets denied, and then the judge gets so sick of him constantly making appeals that he decides to meet with Congress and get the Child Protection Act redrafted as the Protect Act of 2003, which made lolly and Shotokan illegal in the United States, and it also made written depictions where you're talking about, harming a child, able to be tried and charged with the crime of obscenity in a state, depending upon how your court system in your state wants to rule it. And they started arresting people like crazy. They even arrested people in his state for writing a book called The Pedophile Handbook. Now, the guy eventually got off on a technicality about it because he had written it and published it before this law was put into effect. So he was told he could not produce the book anymore. And then after that, he had to never write material like that again. What is this? Oh, apparently Carl's getting fucked with.
So which Josh are we talking about?
From Kiwi Farms.
And
he argued that
Josh.
he argued that it was okay. He argued that this guy never went to jail, but he went to jail for fucking 6 years, and he was forced to register as a sex offender when he got out. And for some reason, Josh thinks that it's okay to create a platform where a bunch of pedos get together and talk about harming children. And literally, the first post on that fucking thread is a post where a guy talks about kidnapping a child from an orphanage, cutting them open viscerally with a knife, and raping them to death, and then ejaculating inside their body as they die, and then throwing the body in the dumpster. And for some reason, that's normal to him. And when I questioned him about it, he said, "Oh, well, that's free speech. I mean, what are you gonna get mad about?"
Freedom of speech, boy.
I'm gonna get mad about the fact that that's fucking insane. And if somebody's gonna have those kind of tendencies, from psychiatric evaluations, especially with broad studies looking at pedophilia in general, pedophiles that write with that level of detail very quickly move to wanting to actually do that. And he's just like, "Oh, it's okay, guys. You guys can all hang out here and talk about it."
Well, then are we a little safer because Josh couldn't possibly write with that level of detail?
Well, he has written with that level of detail.
Oh, Jesus.
He actually, yeah.
Yeah, he's written with that level of detail in the past. Go ahead and pull this up on screen. Pull up what the girl said on the first page.
Don't forget to add that guy in that same case, when he went to prison and he actually got out, he actually ended up distributing actual child porn for photographs, and they arrested him again. So yeah.
Nobody loves me for who I
case to
am.
cite.
I
Great case to
swear to
cite.
God, I want to kill and rape as many people as I can before I get gunned down by a SWAT team. That needs to be my life aspiration. These stupid loving cunts need to suffer, all living things with a vagina. And then there's a quote from Stalking in January where she says that she remembers that when Josh figured out where she lived, he said that he was going to show up at her house while she was at school, shoot her dad, wait for her to get home, subdue her, cut off each individual digit of her fingers and toes with a knife, heat it with hot grease so that it would cauterize as it cut and she wouldn't bleed out. And then he would cut off her clitoris and her labia and rape her ass until she shit herself. And then he would leave her to starve to death after all of her appendages and genitals were sliced off and he'd beaten her sufficiently. And that he was really mad that day. Actually,
so are we gonna watch some Porky?
Now I want to
Holy
be the
shit.
SWAT team.
Here's
Yikes.
where oh wow, this is even worse. I wish I'd saved the chat logs with the vor stories that he'd come up with. He'd always come up with new ways to kill me every time. Didn't give him a hand bra picture, didn't give him any love you pictures, didn't give him my address, said he couldn't visit me in real life, said he couldn't have love with my friends, said I didn't love him, said I'd never love him, said he was fat, made a joke, made a being poor joke, made the fact that he's a high school dropout joke, made a college dropout joke. And then apparently he said this, and then she said, I mean, I would have gone to the police if I wasn't falling out of my chair laughing at him. And then at the very bottom of the page, Josh's response to this is, I was really mad that day. Not that he never said it, that he was really mad that day.
I was just in a bad hair space.
And this is one of many posts about him that this girl made. And this is a 15-year-old girl talking to about a 19-year-old loser.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I've been following this for some time and not commenting on it. I've been watching your investigation and the information that keeps coming out about Josh from you and from other people in the chats. The one thing that I haven't been able to put my head around is the character of Vordrak.
So his excuse for Vordrak is that he is this big bad guy that stalks him everywhere.
I can get Vordrak's on.
Oh really? Go get him.
Give me a second.
So he was this big bad guy that apparently has been stalking Josh for years and everything like that. But when you actually go look at what's going on, you start to see that he's lying. because when you look at that reason why he got banned off of Gandhi, they list specific French laws that they claim he violated, and they say that whatever was on that box was so disgusting that they just wiped the fucking box, and that they were going to report him to the authorities, and they decided to just give him a refund to get rid of him because they found whatever was on that box to be completely disgusting.
Okay, to that point, I went and looked at there was an email or there was some documentation you posted. I went and tracked it down and looked at it. And what I found was that there were citations of the law and that there were allegations that possible crimes were being committed on that server. And they simply asked him to go have his hosting. They were no longer interested in hosting him and to go away. And that's what he did. Am I right on that?
Well, what happened was I can actually pull the email up. I have it. Let me get it. I'll put it on the screen for
Well, I went through it, and there was a problem. I had a problem with it. That's why I wanted to talk to you directly, because I've been watching you for some time, and Josh and all the others. But I've just been sitting back, taking this all in, and along with the other shit shows that have been going on. Now it's just also very entertaining. But anyway, go ahead.
So they say that he wants to know like what it is, why they banned him, and they say that we've received a complaint regarding the use of the hosting servers that you registered with us. We're told that this is being used to propagate pedophilic content. This kind of practice is not compliant with French criminal code, and they list all of them. They say it's in direct violation, and then he says, you know, my site's not used for anything illegal. I'll cooperate with Gandhi. And they said that he's violated the contract, and they cannot let him have another chance to use their server for this type of content. To which he asked for a refund, and they said, as an exceptional commercial gesture, we will issue you the refund. So they gave him the refund, but they refused to even allow him to go back to the site or to even go back to the server to grab, you know, whatever was on it or grab a backup, because whatever was on there they did not want on their network.
Yeah, they just wiped it.
Yeah, and his excuse is, oh, they're a piece of shit network, and he cried about it on the forums. But then you start to look at, you know, what the actual crimes were, and that's when you're like, oh, this is a little bit weird, because it's not what he said it was. It's completely different.
Okay, so let me fast forward. Now he's on. Before he was on Stream Me recently, and then he got booted off. He was making basically blaming Vordrak having, you know, gone after the owners of Stream Me and blackmailing them to get him booted off.
Yeah, that was completely dismissed because I actually showed the emails where I was talking to Vordrak the other day on stream. He claimed that that I hit up Vordrak originally. I didn't. Alt Kex contacted him, and then
he's offline on everything.
Yeah, and
yeah, that's fine.
He's gone.
Vordrak reached out to me, and he sent me a couple emails, and he was just asking like how to fuck with Josh now because he'd done everything he could possibly do. And I was like, yeah, you know, here's a series of messages where Josh is literally sitting in Ralph's server and he's talking about beheading black people and killing Jews. And he thinks it's, you know, edgy. He's like that fucking 10-year-old kid that thinks it's cool to say shocking shit for shock value. And that's what he was doing. And people were just grabbing all the IDs and reporting them, and then he was crying about people reporting him on his Discord. Oh, people's trying to get my Discord banned. What the fuck? And I was just giving out the IDs for people to report. So I sent it to Vordrak, and he said thanks. And then we talked about how he got banned, and he was telling people that he knew the admins at Stream Me and that he talked to them regularly. And I knew that was a fucking lie, because when I spoke with Andy that night, they told me that he'd been blowing up Ralph the entire night on Discord, trying to get him to, you know, connect to the stream admins through Ralph so that he could get help. And then I was like, all right, well, he's being a weirdo. I'm just gonna fucking email Jennifer at StreamMe and let her know that he's doing all of this shit, and that he's done shit where like they spent the better part of a year harassing fucking trainees on the trans hotline, and then when the trainee showed up to his house, he was too much of a pussy to come outside. And then he was joking around with a dude on his forum about a school shooting. And then the guy 2 days later went into a school and shot 3 people and then killed himself. It's like he never takes responsibility for shit like that. They've had 2 people that are trannies that got doxxed by people on kiwi farms that killed themselves. And what did he do? He had fucking celebration threads laughing about them killing themselves. They had threads where they were doxing underage kids and minors and laughing about it. And people called him out for that shit. And suddenly he's a victim. I seem to remember just a year ago, maybe even 2, when BAF spent the better part of 20 hours a day going out of their way to fuck with Josh and get him deplatformed because they hated him, and because he was, in their eyes, as bad as people on Cal view me. Yet, for some reason, once BAF died down, everybody's completely forgotten about that, and he surrounded himself with a bunch of tranny pay pigs that defend him to the death, and claim that everything against him is hearsay, even though he'll say one thing on Ralph's show, and not even a year later, not even 5-6 months later, he'll get caught on recording talking to somebody like Dispatch and saying a completely different story.
Well, that's why I've been sitting back all of these months collecting this, getting the kind of the lore, the background of some of this and some of the more nefarious activities that are going on, trying to find out who's who. And it's kind of, are there good guys and bad guys, or are there people I want to stay away from, like the pedophiles and the degenerates? I mean, I've run into a whole group of degenerates that just make me want to go blow them up.
It's quite bad. There's just been so many. I guess it's to be expected, when there's easy shekels or easy ways to make shekels and gain cult followings, that it's going to draw people like this out of the woodwork. But it has been, even for somebody like me that's seen a whole lot of fucking bad shit, to see exactly how many fucking just absolute sickos, monsters, fucking sickos have been pulled out of the woodwork
to push
for
them
this
back
shit.
in.
Yeah, the thing is, though, that these creatures
So many of these fucking guys.
But they have always existed.
They're not monsters. They're fucking just insects that need to be crushed.
Exterminated.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's an infestation at this point. I mean, and this actually kind of ties into like a larger, social problem that we have. You look at how many of these people there are in the Western nations right now. It's to the point that the legal system can't even.
Violence.
Well, I'm not, but it's to the point that the legal system. If you thought that's where I was going, that's not where I'm going. But the legal system, like, almost can't cope with these people. Like, there's so fucking many of them. I don't know what is going to end up being the solution to this. I'm one of the people who believes that we need to bring back old school mental asylums.
Yes.
They hear people, but because they contain people like this.
Exterminated.
Yeah, I think we should bring back the old school asylums. I mean, I don't care that they were inhumane or this, that, and the other thing. They kept people like this contained. They kept a lot of these people contained. They kept them from reproducing or spreading their defective mental illness genes, whatever you want to call it, around and spreading their illness around. Now that we don't have that stuff, all these freaking crazy people are just on the street. That's part of the reason why we keep having school shootings and all these other horrible things.
Now they're trying to make themselves out to be some kind of specific kink, like homosexuality, and they have
pedosexuals.
Pedosexuals, and add it to fucking the LGBTQ, and it's like, no, you should have your fucking
No. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. They all put themselves in this little niche, this little clique, this little you put them in this group, and then you find out who they all are, hunt them down, and kill them all.
Wow, silence.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, sure, in Minecraft. I don't give a fuck. You diddle kids, you don't.
Again, you have a classification. These are all classified as degenerates. Degenerates need to be removed from society, period. Institutionalize them, put them in prison, whatever. But they need to be removed from society.
Being drunk again. Yeah, we don't advocate violence. This is in Minecraft, of course. But
Nah.
with that being said, I'm an advocate of bringing asylums back. There's nothing violent about asylums, putting a bunch of people in asylums.
No, I remember
Make them
when
watch Jesse Lee all day.
Oh, God.
There you go. Let him find Jesus again somehow. Josh can be the asylum. What do they call it? The asylum pastor. You know how you got like jailhouse lawyers and stuff.
Yeah,
he can be the asylum
right.
pastor.
And set up the
Good old
asylums.
pastor.
Set up the asylums and then pipe in Jesse Lee Peterson all day long, 24 hours 7.
Well, with that said, Zoom, I appreciate you having me on, and continue the good work, doing God's work, And so yeah, somebody's got to take the people to account. Everybody that complains about what Zoom's doing, y'all need to just frankly suck a big dick, because all he's actually really doing is just taking people to account for their bullshit. If they don't want to be taken to account, don't do dumb bullshit. What a novel fucking concept that would be. So yeah, everybody have a good night. Appreciate it.
Go with Christ.
Thank you, Kodota.
Amen.
Hey, don't do crazy bullshit is just heresy in this world. But I'll say it.
See, we got
Godspeed.
We will have to head out too, but
yeah, I'm out as well. I've got to go to work tomorrow. But I'll see you guys in the flip side.
Oh yeah.
I was just waiting for them to talk. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having me on.
Later, Potato. I'll see you tomorrow, dude.
See you, Wedge.
But before I leave,
So here's the theory. Josh is a reincarnated Roman emperor.
No.
That head statue, though, it's pretty uncanny in a way.
I see you're from Josh's server.
You sure he isn't Greek? Because they like to fuck little boys too.
a lot of the Romans did as well later on.
I just wanted to ask a question. That's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Like back during the IBS apocalypse, like I listened to it. Like I wasn't around then. I listened to it like on YouTube, and
You poor soul.
Ralph were aiming at each other. I'm just wondering how, like, what is it all water under the bridge now, or like you seem to have something against him? Zoom.
You saying I had something against Ralph?
I don't know, like you were screaming over the top of him, and like he was like trying to have a go at you, and then you were like, "Just get the fuck out, Ralph! You're nothing," or something.
Well, yeah, it was. I knew what Tonka was doing. He wasn't inviting everybody on there to, give them a voice. He was putting as many people between me and him as possible, because he.
No, Zoom. He didn't want anyone to go on there. He wanted everyone to be safe.
I thought Mr. Medico was hosting it. It wasn't Tonka
No,
hosting
the whole
it.
point was that we weren't gonna have anybody hosting it. That he was just gonna platform it, and there was gonna be no, control over what is said or happens. And then I make a fucking video. I send it to Jim. He says, "Oh, this is okay. I'm fine with this." And then what the fuck does Tonka do? Oh, he's gonna say my name. He can't show my name. He can't show my face. I'm like, okay, well, how the fuck am I supposed to establish you're lying? You're fucking full. You're retarded, Tonka. Then he refused to come on. And then he brings Joaquin on, and he brings on Andy and Ralph, and it was like, why are all these people coming on? Then he brings on Failure, and I was like, all right, well, if all they're gonna do is have Joaquin scream, and they're gonna waste everybody else's time, then I'm gonna keep them here as long as I possibly can until they finally fucking snap. And it took about 6 hours of just screaming. But then you hear it in the last 40 minutes, Failure just fucking snaps because he's just so tired of Tonka lying. And he goes, of course it's fucking him. I'm tired of lying. You know it's fucking him. Tonka, you know it's fucking you. Stop fucking lying. He leaves. Andy's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm tired of fucking lying for Tonka. Tonka lied about the whole leaving thing being a bit. He was leaving because Cal was getting to him. I'm tired of this shit. I'm leaving. He leaves. Ralph is like, I don't even know why I was here. I gotta go call Nora. I'm getting out of here. And then he leaves. and then all of a sudden Tonka has no one to hide behind. Joaquin,
I remember that.
the minute that everybody's gone, Joaquin shrinks and he's gone. He leaves. He doesn't even say bye. He just leaves the call. And now it's Tonka and he's completely alone. And the minute that Tonka is completely alone, he shrinks. He is not as brave as he claims he is. And I just start fucking with him relentlessly. And I'm like, come on, Tonka, nobody's here. Nobody's going to protect you. Oh, fail you. And the minute I called him out on that, he completely broke down. And then everybody, I gave the link out to people, and fucking Aqua and everybody came in. They started screaming, Daddy, no. And even then, he tried to claim himself the victor. He went on Tommy C's stream. He got his little ass patted and told that he was a good boy. And it took me getting him alone on the final Kumite to where I could just bully him endlessly in front of his entire fan base. That after that, Andy and Failure saw that he was just a fucking liar. And the more that they looked into him, they saw that he was a liar. And what's funny is everybody told me that I was fucking nuts. Everybody told me I was a liar, that I didn't know Tonka the way that he was this honest guy, that he never lies. And now
We just didn't want to believe Zoom.
Fast forward a year, and I was right about that. And I'll say the same fucking thing, and nobody listens to me when I say something. It's, oh, fuck off. You're a pedo. You're a piece of shit. You're a monster. Fuck off. You're not right. Cow said that you're not right. Kiwi Farm said that you're not right. And then literally, every time they do this, they end up being wrong. And they've been wrong every fucking time.
Let's see, that's the problem I had, was hearing all that negative bullshit about you, which it took me time to find out that it was bullshit. When I actually sat and listened to you and your own words and the work you do and the way that you lay it out, which I commend you on, your recent work has been stellar. I loved it last night when you got Xander. By the way, where is Xander?
He posted apparently I'm dead on Twitter, but he has been mostly gone since then. He nuked his riot this morning.
Yeah, I was laughing. I almost sprayed coffee all over my monitor. I was laughing so hard when I read that.
Yeah,
that was hysterical.
I laughed really hard because like he was doing shit where like he was buying domains in my name. He was buying domains in Stream Me admins' names, trying to threaten them. And
oh, he's scared. He is shitting his pants right now. Yeah.
And it's so hard for him to claim that that's not him, because you can clearly hear his voice and it matches. It's the same fucking person. It's just a different mic.
Well, this is why I like the work that you're doing. I watch the way you do the recon. It's like a penetration tester. You do the recon, you get the information, you line everything up, okay? And this is what I like to do. I like to get the facts. I like to get the corroborating information, okay? And when I can get it right in my mind, I'm good. You know, and that's why I've been looking at your stuff and what you're doing and trying to line it up and say, okay, you know, this is solid, this is solid. So this recent piece that you did with Dispatch was beautiful.
Yeah. I really don't like.
Thank you for answering my question. I just got a couple more, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I have no problem with Ralph. I was gaslighting him to get rid of him because he was in the way.
I know, I can understand that now. I was also asking, like, so this stream right now is to ask people from Cal to come on. Is that true?
Well, we were originally making fun of Coach Red Pill, but people in Cal always claim that I'm afraid to give them a venue to talk with me, and I was like, okay, well, there's the thing, and then apparently they were like, okay, well, he'll just never give people in Cal a voice, and he'll hide like Jay Caesar does, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do what Ralph does, where he screens people. If you guys want to come in and say shit, you can. And then it was, oh, well, he won't even show the screen. He'll never let it be in. So then I show my screen, and then it's, oh, well, we don't want to come in. Well, you guys say that nobody ever listens to you, that nobody ever gives you a voice, that you guys sit on the forums because all of the pay pigs and streamers are afraid of you. And then I'm like, all right, well, come on, guys. You know, and I even had Andy and Ralph on here. You want to come on here and make fun of Ralph and say that he's a race mixer or make fun of his gun? Knock yourself out. You know, it's all for laughs. And I'm not somebody that doesn't like bullying. I think bullying is a good thing. And I give them an open venue, and somehow I'm the asshole.
No one came on. Sorry, I only just came on like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I wanted people to come on, even if they're gonna scream at me. They should have the right to do that. They deserve to have a voice and be heard. And I don't think it's fair that other streamers don't give them that voice. They shouldn't be police. They should be able to come on and be a fucking spurg and scream at people.
It's like the constant like reposting that you're a pedophile on Cal bother you, or do you think it's it's just part of Cal?
Yeah, I don't really see how I am, because I was joking, and I have a beautiful 26-year-old girlfriend that I could just have sex with. I'm not like Josh, who sits in a shitty little shanty apartment in the Ukraine with no physical human contact, and is so lonely that you have to go on Coach Red Pill streams and talk about how you're scared to talk to women because you don't know how to speak Russian. It's weird. Like, you know, when you have a relationship with somebody, you don't need porn, and you don't need to do weird shit like jack it to little kids. You know, people don't understand what it's like to make a really dark joke and go the extra mile to make it seem real, just to fuck with people. Yeah, they're like, oh, what about all those clips? You know, who are you in audience with? Well, the first two clips were in a private room where we were trying to see how far we could go before people would think it was too crazy. And Worm even admitted that on the stream with me. And then the second stream is like, it's 3 days later. It's literally 3 days later where she's on the stream and she's told people that I've moved out of the house and that she kicked me out and that I'm a sicko, and she tells them a much tamer version of the original story in the first two clips. And they're like, oh, like there's also one where like people asked her like, how could she date somebody like me, and then she said that she liked when I just laid on top of her and crushed her. If I was fat, that she thought it would be hot to be crushed by me. And people were like, well, what if he gets fat again? Is he just gonna crush you? And she's like, oh, that's hot. I want to be, it'll be like a beanbag on top of me. And people thought she was fucking serious and fucked in the head. And then 2 weeks later, we're literally at dinner.
Well, wait. Now I'm convinced your girlfriend is Josh.
Well, 2 weeks later, there's like fucking dudes like they're like messaging her on Twitter and DMing her and being like, "Oh, I'm here if you ever need me" and shit. And she laughed her ass off at that because she was like, "These dudes are fucking desperate." And they're like, "Oh, you know, I'm here just to listen to you if you ever need to talk." And then there was the whole shock where like she sits down at the table with the camera on, and I just come sit down and go to dinner. And they're like, wait a minute, why is he there? And I was like, we were just fucking with you guys. You're retarded. And there was a whole bunch of people that joined, especially that guy Warren and Billy the Fridge, because Warren, the guy in the third video, actually believed it and was like deeply concerned for her and thought that like she was being abused by me or something. And we were just laughing at him. And he was like, "You guys are fucked up. You're both insane. The both of you deserve each other. You're fucked up in the head. How the hell could you guys do something that terrible to people and make them believe it for weeks?" And I was like, "Because it's funny." And nobody thought it was funny on the site. And actually, two of the people that ran the community at the time got really angry, especially the community manager, Brittany Metz. She got really angry with me. And she was like, I don't want you on the site anymore because you're a danger and you could swat people and you're like assaulting people on the site and you're having fights with them in real life and you're crazy, and then this whole fucking thing, you know, we don't feel safe with you being in the community. And I was like, well, I'm just going to keep coming back and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can go fuck yourself, you drunk whore. Because Brittany Metz would get drunk and then she would hit on people on the site like a fucking retard and she would abuse her power. And her next thing was she was going to get this dude, Josh, who is one of the developers for the site, to write a script to ban me and all of my Twitter accounts so that I couldn't remake accounts and come on the site. And she had him write this algorithm where if people were over a certain amount of reports or complaints against them on the site, they would get auto banned. But when he wrote the script, he didn't write a contingency for if people had been mass reported in the past. So everybody would submit reports about people when they were doing stupid shit or crazy shit on the site. So the most popular streamers on the site, when they turned the script on, she accidentally banned about 80% of the community. And I was like, haha, you stupid bitch, you still didn't get rid of me, and you banned almost everybody on the fucking site. Good job, nice empty rooms, you're probably gonna lose your job. Well, that actually got her fucking fired from her job. And after she got fired, everybody lost interest in the fucking website and the community died. And then I didn't hear about it for 2.5 years. And then I get invited onto these IBS streams, and they run into people that they knew from Blab, and my friend Worm is an asshole, and he thought it would be funny to share it to people to fuck with me because he likes to fuck with me. I mean, this is a guy who I've known for so long, yet when my grandmother died, he made a fucking website where he got a bunch of pictures of my dead grandmother from my mother's Facebook and made a fucking GoFundMe claiming that my grandmother needed money to get her autistic grandson out of the house and get him a new guitar. And he thought that was fucking hilarious. And those are the kind of people that I hang out with. And yet, for some reason, these people on cow and kiwi farms that claim that they're such connoisseurs of the degenerate, and they go so far as to celebrate the suicide of trannies and say all this fucked up shit. They can't understand why somebody would make a joke about fucking their girlfriend in the ass while they watch CP. Nobody can get that joke, and nobody can get the mindset or the dark humor behind that, but yet they can get people faking their own deaths. I don't get why they don't understand that.
Well, I actually understand it a little better now because before I hadn't heard you say that nobody on the site thought it was funny at the time. But now that I know that no one else thought it was funny, I kind of see why it's really funny.
Well, they got really mad, but then you go and you
look at
that's
other pretty shit that people hilarious.
did on the site. Billy the Fridge was on the stream with Martin Shkreli and Brittany and a few other people at the time, and he's like, "Dude, I'm really scared." And all of a sudden, this random username started fucking showing, his house in real life, and he was like, "How the fuck do they know where I live?" And it was like this crazy thing that unfolded over like a 3-hour period, and it's documented. It's still on YouTube to this day. And they were like, "Billy, are you okay? Like, maybe you should call the police." And he's like, "Nah, like, I know people in the neighborhood. Like, I don't think it's anybody that like could hurt me or anything. Like, what is okay? Like what is going on here?" And it keeps going on to the point where people are generally concerned for his safety, because now Billy is like, okay, they're on my back door. I'm calling the police. I'm leaving the house. So Billy runs out the front door of the house, locks the doors and everything. Next thing you know, somebody's streaming from inside of his house. And they're going, dude, is some psycho fan like literally in his house, like stalking him in real life. So then Billy's like, okay, I think they're gone. And all of a sudden, somebody cuts the power to his house. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, everything goes off. His laptop, everything goes off. So Billy comes back 10 minutes later. He's like, dude, somebody like pulled the fuse in my house. I don't know what's going on. I think it blew a fuse. Then somebody's walking around behind Billy in the back of his house with a mask on. And then somebody jumps out with a fucking AR-15, and they're pointing the gun at him. And then it's, oh, haha, we were just fucking with you guys.
It's like a very elaborate ruse.
And people are just like, oh, that can't be serious. I mean, there was crazy shit like that happened all the time. There was this dude.
So
yeah, what were you saying?
Your beef with them is that it's like there's like a certain level of like edginess that, oh, that's a bit too edgy what you've done. That they do, like laughing at dead tradies and stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, they seem to want a moral fag over stuff. It's like the fact that they're that gullible just shows how dumb they are. They're like, oh yeah, he actually thinks that we believe that he was trolling. We know the truth, and it's like, if you knew the truth, you would have done something by now. If it was true, somebody would have done something. I would have been arrested. My life would have been over. And then it's like, oh, he's got his girlfriend terrified. Well, she doesn't even live in America anymore. She's studying abroad. so she could throw me under the bus anytime she wanted if it was true, and I would have been arrested.
Wait. So where is she studying? The Ukraine?
No.
Wiki just isn't going to give that one up.
Well, I didn't think it before I got here, but now I'm convinced. No, I'm just-
all the boxes.
Like
The pieces of the puzzle come together, yeah.
Like she came on Discord with Ralph and she told him that we were still together. Ralph talked to her. She said that half the reason why she never comes on anymore is because people just fucking harass the ever-loving fuck out of her about me. And that's why she doesn't use social media anymore. She abandoned her Twitter because people would just pester her about me all day long. And that was the whole point that we did it to begin with, because we wanted everybody to think that we broke up. But for some reason, I don't know why she does this. Once we convince every single person that we've broke up, about a week later, she suddenly wants everybody to know that we're still together. It's almost like a repetitive thing where she likes to just fuck with people, and then when they find out that she could be a weakness for me, she wants to just, make it look like it's over so people will leave her alone again. And then once it's safe again, she's just like, oh, well, I'm his girlfriend. Tough shit. And people don't get that, like, we just have this relationship where we like fucking with each other and trolling. And, some people think that it's unhealthy, but I think it's funny.
Well, people on Carol, basically, they're saying that, like, why would they come on here if they're just going to get doxxed by you? That's basically it.
How would they get doxxed? Discord has a fucking central server that all of the fucking voice traffic gets sent through a proxy server, and I think it's in Russia. And then there's another one in New York and another one in Los Angeles that handles the messages. So there's no way to get anybody's IP unless they click like an IP logger or something like that, and that's just gay.
Yeah, so I'm just parroting what is currently on the thread right now. So.
And I got Dispatch's information through a completely conventional means that had nothing to do with Discord. It
With
was,
all of this coming,
it was through a bug that he didn't know about on GitHub because he's an idiot and he constantly brags about his super elite chatbot skills that he literally just forked somebody else's repo and threw his name on.
Yeah. It's just, oops. So with everything coming into light and all these factions coming in with the IBS, what do you think is the future coming forward today?
Game of Blood.
Yeah, Game of Blood is what we need to do. I'm so tired of hearing about IBS. It's just a dated, failed thing that Jim should have never left Tonka in charge because Tonka could never handle it. Tonka was absorbed by his own ego, and once he did that,
he's dead in the ground now.
He killed that entire thing. And now it's just like Ralph doesn't want anything to do with blood sports. He just wants to talk about the news, and occasionally people will scream. But I mean, I'm sure you guys saw that fucking attempt at blood sports with Nick the Knife and the guy from fucking the TRS camp that was the JDL defender. The guy that's a white nationalist, but he dates a black woman, and he doesn't support race mixing as he commits an act of race mixing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was it was 2.5 hours of Nick just laughing at the guy and nobody saying anything, and then I had to come in and just scream at the dude until I literally forced him to optics cuck when he claimed that Nick was the optics cuck. Nobody goes after anything, and I've said this before, and people have been like, "Oh, really?" It's really sad when it comes to IBS and blood sports in general, when the few people that actually understand the concept of blood sports is an alleged pedophile and Sargon and Jim, and that's about it.
Are you ever pedophile, Sargon, or both?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The lines get conflated sometimes.
Because it seems like now
Sargon still make stuff?
I mean, Sargon gets
Sargon's
the concept.
anytime.
He gets the concept of fucking blood sports, even if he does the "I'm so sleepy" thing. He understands how it works, and so does Jim, and I seem to get it too. And it's pretty sad that 3 out of dozens of people that are involved in this are the only few people that actually understand the idea of blood sports and shit talking somebody. Everybody wants to be nice or worry about what their hosts are going to say or worry about what their fans are going to say. If you have a stance that you strongly and firmly believe in, stand by it. You shouldn't need to get drunk or get a bunch of people around you to feel empowered. You should be able to just fucking say it and stand by it. And if people don't like it, oh well. And if your fans don't like it and want to unsubscribe, oh well, you'll get new fans. Eventually, people will like what you have to say and they'll want to listen.
Do you like the pay-per-views have a role to play in this as well?
I feel like if they donate to you, that's because they enjoy your content. And if they don't enjoy your content, then nobody's forcing them to subscribe to you. And nobody's forcing them to donate to you. If they don't like what you're doing, they could just as easily walk away and go somewhere else. You're in this to have fun and to entertain people. But if people aren't entertained, after a short while, if you've been doing 4, 5, 6 shows in a row and nobody's entertained, at that point it's you. But if you're doing 1 or 2 shows and you strongly feel about a certain point or a certain stance and you have conviction behind that, then yeah, sure, maybe 5 or 10 people might tell you to go fuck yourself and leave. But there's always the chance that those 5 or 10 people that leave will be the thing that make 20 or 30 people say, oh, well, look, he got those guys really fucking mad. Maybe we should listen to what he has to say. And then before you know it, you got 20 or 30 new people.
I guess, I feel that
it's more about content anymore.
You should not have to cuck to your audience. You should be able to say what you want and have your own opinions. You should be able to engage in a dialogue with your audience to where you can explain things to them that they're curious about. And if they don't really want to hear what you have to say, no one's fucking forcing them to listen. They're all adults that can make their own minds up. And if they really fucking hate you, they don't have to listen to you. They can unsubscribe, or they can ignore you, or they can sit on Cal all day and shit talk you. It's not that hard.
I think e-celebs maybe take Cal's opinion too seriously.
Yeah, I do.
That seems like with the whole Gump posting ignored or just taken, oh yeah, this is funny. Maybe it would have died off maybe a couple of weeks ago, but it's still going.
I think
feel like
the gun posting thing came from fucking Ralph's server. It came from
I remember it.
Like Mr. P and Mustard started fucking with Ralph when they saw that picture. And they started spam posting it, and then they posted it anon on fucking Cal, and Cal immediately claimed it as theirs. And
play
then
gang.
all of a sudden, people were just like, "Oh, well, now we're the Gunt Gang, and we're gonna fuck with Ralph," and it seemed to bother Ralph at first, and then Ralph just started ignoring it, and then it started fucking annoying them.
Who was that Gunt retort guy? Where did he come from?
He's a retarded Malaysian guy. And White Baneberry, I don't think Dispatch is going to be doxing anybody because he got doxed.
Okay, but he was just a random new person, right? Like Diogenes. He's not Diogenes,
no,
is he?
I knew he wasn't Diogenes. I just kept calling him, Asian Diogenes and Diogenes because it was making him angry because he wanted to build his own identity. So he started name tagging in Cow, and he started taking credit for his streams and shit like that. And I know that Cal will quickly turn on somebody, so I just started naming him somebody that he wasn't, and it was annoying him because then he wasn't able to establish his own identity, and people kept making fun of him. And
no, that's funny. I get that. I did streams as Diogenes too.
Yeah, and he got really angry about that for some reason. And then when I was like, all right, well, let's fucking talk. And he'd come in here a few times, like, begging for me to put him in a room. And I was just like, I didn't even notice it until after I got off stream because I was doing Corky streams. And then I was like, all right, well, if you want to come in here right now, let's fucking talk. And I get him in here, and he's this fucking marble-nosed Asian guy that's all out of breath, and he's well, I don't even understand the way that they go with the Ralph. And it's like, can you even form a coherent sentence? Are you retarded? And then
yeah, he sounded really retarded.
That whole idea of him being this like, you know, huge badass who's, you know, fucking with Ralph and he's a mastermind and all this shit, it immediately faded away because people saw him as this fucking, you know, snuffle-ridden, retarded Malaysian guy who couldn't even form a sentence.
Just another retard.
Well, and someone trying to ruin stream me. I mean, like, if you're just trying to start streaming because you want to do something not on YouTube, it was really frustrating. Because, like, when I use this site, it used to be the only way I would ever click anything was if it was on the front page. So if 2 of those spots are being 2, 3, 4 are taken up by these 24-hour people, it was bullshit.
I normally when I want to know what's happening, especially on this, you know, scene or IBS in general, I immediately go and look at Cow because it's just a hodgepodge of autism, but usually there's some good shit there. I never look at Kiwi Farms because they fuck everything up. Everything. It's always the telephone game with them. You know, they'll say shit like, you know, oh, Dispatch is dead, but then I'll look on stream and I'll be like, clearly he's not. And, you know,
Shame.
you'll look and 5 pages down the line, they'll be like, oh, we debunked that back on page 8. And then you look and they didn't because they're full of shit. You know, Cow will always be better than Kiwi Farms because Kiwi Farms gets the majority of their content from Cow. And they repost it and they're, oh, we found it first. They're just the 9gag of fucking, of IBS in general.
What is Cow? Is that 2chan?
No, it's 8chan.
Yeah, that's 8chan.
Yeah, it's 2chan. You have to
Yeah, I may be a boomer, but I'm not up on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I know that a large majority of them believe the hype and just hate me, and you know they want to post about me all day, and even when I don't go on there and I completely, you know, the few weeks that I get really busy and I'm not even around or even in the country, they fucking post about me around the clock. Oh, where do you think he is? Do you think he's watching? Oh, I think he's here. It's fucking stupid. And it's always the same few IDs that do it because when I disappear and I don't go on any shows for a few weeks, people forget I even exist, which I'm glad because I don't think I'm that interesting to begin with. But I don't know. It's just, I thought that if I said, okay, well, why don't you guys come on and you can scream at me and be retards all you want, that they would be more interested in, you know, coming on and screaming at me like they always say they would if they ever got the chance. You know, they complain. They'll post endlessly on there. Oh, if I had the chance to do this, I would have got it done. Oh, I would have taken Sargon out. Though if I had the same chance that you did, I would have shut down Tonka if I had the same chances that you did. And it's like, okay, well, here's your chance.
That's what got my attention was I couldn't believe you were doing this, and you opened it up, and I sat and I was just kind of lurking, sitting on the sidelines, and nobody was coming in. All these loudmouths that you hear every day, day in and day out, and not one motherfucker came in here to say shit. And you said, well, anybody who wants to come in and talk? I goes, I've wanted to talk to you for some time, but I didn't want a yelling match. So I wanted to come in and have like a grown-up conversation with you and not yelling and screaming. And I wanted to hear your side of some things. This whole thing, Josh has bothered me for a long time. But I recently had got things turned around because I was able to take a closer look at the kind of person you were and what you were doing, and I've come to appreciate that. But it took some time to get there.
You sound a lot like Hot Wheels, Doorstar.
I am a little person.
Aww.
I didn't mean it like it's a shot at you. I meant you sound very similar to him. I thought you might have been Frederick in disguise for a brief moment.
No. I'm someone you've never talked to me. You don't know me. No.
Well, it's okay. I think little people are awesome.
But see, I've got 37 years experience in computers. Actually, 38 years. So I'm just coming back to the social media. And so the last few months I've been observing, the goings on and getting the history of it, and observing you and all the comments people make between you and Josh, and all the other shit going on.
Well, I tend to just see it as cows should be able to say whatever they want about me. I mean, if they hate me, they hate me. It seems to be the running thing with them is, they hate me and I'm a monster. But, if I went and I got a video of, Sargon beating his wife, and I published it to the mainstream media, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Carl Benjamin beats women," and his life was over and his career was over, they would fucking hail me as the king of cow immediately. And if I said, "Oh, well, here's a video of Tonka and he's in a wheelchair and he's on the front lawn of his grandma's trailer park," they'd say, "Oh my God, he actually delivered. He's the greatest person ever." That's how they are. They loved Andy. Andy was a retarded phoenix. He goes after somebody they like. Suddenly it's, oh, Andy's a cokehead and his career's over.
Yeah, that was real annoying when they kept going on about the coke, and coke, and one day somebody comes up and says, "Oh, that's a meme," and I'm going, okay, so basically it's not true, and they're just talking out their ass.
I don't give a shit about the coke. I honestly just don't like Andy.
Oh.
And I don't subscribe to him, and I don't give him money, so nothing bothers me with that.
I like Andy.
That's fine. That's your.
Go ahead.
You can go.
Anyway, I initially didn't like Andy, and listen, and he sounded, because of the stutter, it threw me off. And here again, once again, I learned to stop being so goddamn judgmental. And I was watching all the attacks.